welcome to the Lettuce Talk podcast, our weekly Lettuce Talk podcast. We talk about all the gaming stuff that happened this week. I'm your host, Nate, and I'm here with...
I'm Chris. How you doing, everybody?
And on from our satellite host is...
Me.
Hob for Apples.
I'm actually on a satellite up above the Earth's orbit. It's amazing.
Yes, he's at the International Space Station.
I went on SpaceX. I brought my Destiny blanket, and I'm good. So I'm ready.
Oh yeah,
I'm ready to go.
You pre-ordered Destiny 2
pre-ordered
and got your
Destiny.
bug out bag with solar
And they
blanket?
gave me the stuff early because they knew it was gonna take so long.
So what is it about Destiny 2 that you needed to pre-order it for? Was it the shooting?
It's the fact that I got a space blanket. For
Yeah,
my
you
space
got
travels.
Yeah, you got a
That's
bug out
it.
bag with space
Oh,
blanket. I think
it comes with the
solar
game?
panel
Oh,
for
I didn't know
charging
that.
your phone and like all this weird shit.
Hmm.
But no, it's just a joke because like Hob and I were probably never going to like pre-order that game because we were
Absolutely never.
year
Yeah,
That's
one.
never happening.
Oh, I picked up that game at launch and I played it like
Yeah.
a motherfucker, but then like you can only play the same mission so many times. Like,
Mhm.
Well, we enjoyed it because we were breaking
We
it
met playing
constantly,
Destiny.
so we were okay.
Yeah,
And
we
we
became
like to break
friends
it.
playing Destiny. One of my number one favorite thing about playing Destiny was the friends that I made in year one.
Yeah.
Because I'm still friends with a lot of them, and like Hob.
We call it Destiny. Actually, we call it the Destiny support group. It's
Yeah.
we meet on Wednesday nights.
Yeah.
If
Hey.
anybody wants to join, it's an open forum, and yeah, it's helped me get over my traumatizing Destiny year.
Hi, my
So,
name is
yeah.
Deep Thought 12, and
I was a level
Destiny
30
year one.
warlock.
I was a hunter, the least. The
And
least
how-
played class.
I had the least played.
I thought hunters were super underplayed.
I
I
started
only had
with
a
a hunter.
hunter.
Hob is a hunter through and through.
Nice.
Yeah,
And,
I only had hunters. I had 3 hunters.
I had 3 hunters, and then I got rid of 2 of them and made a titan and then a warlock.
I remember
And I
you doing
maxed
that.
out all 3 of them. I had
Yeah, I remember-
I had a skrillion hours playing
Well,
in that game.
Well,
And
here's
a
why
job.
people did that. Well,
And I was in school.
yeah, I remember why people did that though, because you could get to level 25 really fast.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then so many people had armor from other characters.
Yeah, and you just store it in the.
and
in
they
the
could
thing
just
and
so you
share
could
it with
literally
the
just dump all your armor onto the warlock and you would max out a warlock like instantly. Within like you could do it within 2 days or 3 days. You would have like a maxed out character.
Yeah,
It was-
exactly.
it's
That was one of the
retarded.
greatest.
It was so dumb. It was so
There was some fun to be
But
had
they
in that
fixed
game.
that.
Year 1 was like insane.
Mhm.
Anyway.
So Hob, what have you been doing lately? What have you been playing lately? What have you been other than moving
well-
pianos for your mother?
No,
What a
not
sweet
for
son.
no, it's for me.
It's Mother's Day
I'm moving
tomorrow.
out of my studio. I have a music studio. I'm moving out Monday, and I had to get out my piano, which was the biggest thing in the studio, or the heaviest thing.
Mm.
So I parlayed that into my mom and dad coming to celebrate Mother's Day and my mom's birthday,
Aw.
all in one beautiful, wonderful afternoon of wet rain because it's raining here so bad. So I just did that.
Gross.
That was fun. What else?
How's
I-
preparations for moving to Montreal?
Pretty good. Pretty good. Things are pretty good.
Ooh, when's
Trying
that
to still
happening?
find a place.
Just going to McGill.
Uh,
Huh.
August, somewhere around
Sick,
August.
man.
Yeah.
What are you
Hopefully
studying at
August or
McGill?
early September. I am studying my master's in jazz performance.
Oh man, I was a player too. I was a jazz drummer in school.
Nice. That's what I play.
No
Yeah.
way.
Yeah, he's a
Right
drummer.
on.
Yes, sir. So yes, I'll be doing that. But
Sick, man. Congrats.
so this time, but Nate played PUBG last night.
Oh,
for
of
the
course you
very
did.
First time,
Oh, you
And I
played it for the
streamed
first
it.
time?
and it was amazing. Yes, my friends, my great friends at the Banana Sandwich Discord channel,
Yeah.
which is my Discord, which is the best Discord.
Best, second only to the Defensive Lettuce Discord.
No, that's not true. Anyway, I received a Steam gift in my box, and it was PUBG because they were playing it without me, and they felt bad, so they said, "Get the hell in here and play some PUBG." It is the greatest game because you play it, you are on edge the entire time, and you think that after you're done and you lose the round, if you don't win, you're like pissed off. You're just more amped to do it again and try to roll the dice one more time.
So how different is it
Crazy.
from playing King of the Kill, like back when we played King of the Kill together?
I think it just feels
More polished?
it's just a little
Well, I wouldn't say polished looking at
more, there's just a little
You didn't play
more
King of the Kill.
depth to it. It just
Okay.
feels a little bit more like the game was made for what it is. And that's what I think makes it. I've only played it once, but I mean, it's kind of the same thing. I mean, it's not really that. The concept's not different. But I think the fact that you can squad in 4.
You can do 4 squads.
Yeah, 4 squad and 2 squad. And but it's just one of those games where, like, we played last night. We finished a round. I was on my own and I killed 2 people, and then one guy was behind me and he ended up killing me, and then he died in the blue zone. And then I was like so pissed that I died, but then I was like, oh, I love this game in the same sentence. Like, I don't know, it's just one of those games where I think it's just super fun.
It's one of those things that I can't bring myself.
It's awesome.
You just gotta try it, man.
It's so fun, and it's just you can't, like, I think I've focused more in that game than any other game I've ever played.
Yeah, it forces you to just like communicate with your team
and
know...
you have to listen.
Yeah.
Every bullet matters. You hear a bullet go by and you're like, okay, where was that? And what coordinate was it? And it's like, you're not really, it's not just a game where you just go like, oh, where are people and I'm trying to shoot them. It's like you're hiding, you're waiting for things to happen, and it's just, I don't know, it's freaking awesome.
So it puts emphasis on like having full surround sound headphones and everything, right? Just like 5.1 stereo surround.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's like you can hear a bullet and it might go by and like northeast, and instead of going, you might not be going that way, but then maybe you want to turn around and see if you can get the guy because you want to get more loot or something, So I don't know. It's fun, and I'm glad that my friends got it. So shout out to Tony who picked it up for me.
Attaboy, Tony.
Yeah,
People
Tony.
in the chat are saying that I'm a ginger and I'm gonna steal your soul.
You're
I'm
not
a
a
ginger.
Yeah.
I am gonna steal your soul.
Nate doesn't have a soul, so it's okay.
Yeah, that's like, first of all, like the reason like it would never happen. If a ginger tried to steal my soul, it would just create like a neutron star. It just
Suck
create
everything within it.
Yeah, it just create a super dense. It would be the end of the universe, basically.
That's cool, man. The Battleground's fucking sick game.
But yeah, Chris,
Yeah,
what have you been up
it's
to?
super fun.
This week I've been playing a shit ton of Overwatch.
Yes.
Yeah, bud. Playing a lot. I've been playing Heroes of the Storm because there's the Nexus challenge is going on this week, so I'm unlocking Overwatch stuff.
Me too.
Playing
I've been
Heroes. What else? I picked up Titanfall 2.
Oh, I have that.
And I started working through the campaign. It's pretty slick game.
PC or console?
Console. I got it on the PS4. Most of my gaming's happening on console right now, but so I've been doing a lot of that. And then I had a fun thing earlier this week on Thursday. There was an event happening at the exhibition grounds here in Toronto. This company ran a Legend of Zelda themed escape room.
Nice.
Oh, that sounds cool.
It was all right. So I had a lot of fun. The puzzles were really interesting and diverse, and there was a lot of fun to be had, and a lot of like good Zelda themed stuff. Like,
do you have to have like a good Zelda knowledge
you
base
don't have
to be able to?
But it helped a lot.
Okay.
For example, there was one at one point you had to go talk to a Goron and like buy information off him for 50 rupees, and we had 49 rupees so far.
Yeah.
And there was a pair of scissors, right? And the first thing you got when you got to the game was this like laminated sheet of paper that had like Hylian characters and like the rules of the game and stuff. And at the bottom of the paper was this like row of grass. kind of at the bottom of this laminated paper.
Right.
And we're like, what the fuck? Where's this last rupee? Why don't we have 50 rupees?
But you gotta cut the grass.
You had to cut the tall grass, and there was a rupee inside. So like stuff like that, where if you know Zelda, but so the that was a lot of fun. We had a good time. The only thing was that like the aesthetic value, like if you played escape rooms before, like.
Right.
It's all about kind of the getting into the whatever the theme is, and they really dress the rooms up and stuff. This was more like a high school student's haunted house kind of setup, like that level of aesthetic, like cardboard on the walls and stuff. But they did a good job with the puzzles. They were all really fun, and the group I was with, I was having a good time with it. We got to wear like green Link hats, and there was an Ocarina of Time element where. If you change the color of your hat and carry the ocarina with you, you were a child, like you went back in time 7 years. Lots of fun, like stuff. I don't want to ruin it for anyone who might go do it, but
that's here in Toronto.
That's here in the city, and apparently it travels around. It came up from the States. I don't know where it was.
Oh, so it's a traveling escape room.
Yeah, that's what.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
You're welcome.
Thanks, America. Good old President Trump coming through for us again. So much winning that we can't even stand.
I mean,
oh my God.
You wouldn't have had it without me.
You just bring both like Charlie Sheen and Donald Trump together right there.
Yeah. Oh, that was really good, right? So yeah, that was my week. It's been pretty fun.
Nice. Yeah, I so many of us are playing that Overwatch Heroes of the Storm crap. And we're all just like dying inside trying to play this game just to get a spray or
so that we can get back to Overwatch.
Oh my God.
Heroes is pretty fun too, but I find it's characters from all the Blizzard games, right, in a MOBA. Mm-hmm. The Overwatch characters, in my opinion, are crazy overpowered. Like all the Overwatch characters just tear shit up in their MOBA.
Yeah, and like Parker, who's in the chat right now, and if you guys ever want to in future recordings of the Let Us Talk podcast want to get in on it live, we do it every Saturday and record it live. There's a chat so you guys can add your 2 cents here and there, so join us live on Saturdays. But Parker is trying to bring up Paladins, but
oh God.
Yeah, I know, right? Paladins, the game that
that's like an Overwatch player. It's just like that's like a
shot to the heart.
Like a cheap like the cheap meat of like Overwatch. We just look at it and go like,
I don't know. I
played it a few times.
Paladins
it's okay.
as,
I mean,
Overwatch with a Clash of Clans skin and a Skylanders logo.
Yeah, it's not Overwatch. It's because it's too the field of view is way further. It's more of like a third person, but like real like.
But it's first person.
Almost like a. No. Is it first person?
Yeah, it is.
Wait, I thought it was third person.
No, it's first.
Oh, maybe I don't remember it then.
Are you?
I thought Paladins.
I thought it was third person. What game am I thinking?
I think you're thinking of Paragon.
Yeah.
Oh,
Paragon's third person.
Yeah,
and that was
so
the
many
free
of them.
PS4 game.
Yeah. And Paragon's great. It's just like the matches originally were like an hour and a half long. Like you could leave and come back and
the game's still going.
Yeah, it was.
I think I remember that
long.
game. I remember hearing about that, how the matches were that long.
Paragon
There's too many
great.
games. I can't keep up anymore.
There's so many games.
Too many.
Yeah, well, this is the year of the greatest games. Like,
yeah, it's
people are saying like 2017 is like we have such a great lineup of games that have been released this year,
and still to come.
So few duds, maybe one. Mass Effect Andromeda.
Yeah.
No Man's Sky.
But yeah, so I'm gonna just go over our like table of contents really quick. Today we're gonna be talking about fan games ruining lives. A really bad survey about the console generation or just gaming in general by Nielsen.
Really?
Some birthdays and anniversaries happening in the gaming industry, and some really cool stuff about Nintendo and Sony gaming history and just how PlayStation came about. Red Dead Redemption news, Square Enix selling off some property, Assassin's Creed news, and probably some really cool rhythm gaming stuff and a couple other things that I'm just going to pad here and there. But first thing on the docket, fan games are apparently ruining some lives. There was some so I don't know if you guys know, but people love making fan games for their favorite IPs and stuff like that. And most often, especially when Nintendo is involved, or where a Nintendo property is involved, if they make it known that they're developing or creating something, they will shut that shit down immediately. Yeah. So, like, most often, most fan-made ports, fan-made games are not talked about until they're released. Yeah. They'll do it in secret, they'll release it, and then it's just like, oh, and then they'll get, like, the takedown claims immediately, and then whoever has it, they just distribute it in the background. You can find torrents and whatever. But, and so, like, YouTuber Wooly Madden, or Wooly Versus, this is gaming stuff, he created a video giving advice to people who are going to make fan-made games, telling them, if you're going to make a game, just develop it on your own, don't talk about it, don't make any chatter about it, and then release it, whether it's free or whatever, and then just ask forgiveness later. Yeah. But he's like, you know, they'll just give you a slap on the wrist, whatever, and you'll go about your day. But Ryan Morrison, who also goes by the Video Game Attorney, who is a real lawyer who talks about this stuff, is saying that, like, is pleading to Wooly Madden to take down the video because he's giving people terrible advice. He's saying that it's extremely dangerous, the things that he is saying or telling people to do, because video game companies do not owe you the courtesy of just like a DMCA or whatever. No. Like, they could go a lot further.
You're using their IP. They can take your money, basically.
So, like, they could sue you into oblivion, even if it's a free game that you're releasing as a fan. It could still cost you millions and millions of dollars. And so, like, even and he even went further. He did like a gaming legal advice Reddit AMA, and people asked him questions and talked about and he talked a lot about, like, even if a company licenses out the IP, like, unlimited use, they can still revoke that after, like, even if you have the paperwork, nothing is legal binding, and you are fucked. Yeah. So it's kind of like,
it's too bad. Like, I would think they'd want to encourage, like, an active community around an IP or a title, like, especially if someone's releasing it for free. They're putting out content that really is just bringing eyes to your IP, like bringing more people into the community of whatever IP it's about. Like, if somebody makes let's say a fan Mario game, you know what I mean? Like, you think it's just people celebrating Mario at that point, which has got to be good for Nintendo, especially if they're not making money on it. But
I think somebody was developing new Mario or No Mario Sky.
Yeah, right. I did see that. But yeah, it seems counterintuitive that they'd want to shut it down entirely, but Nintendo is notoriously, like, protective of their IP.
Yeah.
Oh, extremely protective. They are absolutely scared. That's why they do that stuff. They do not want anyone touching any of their stuff. They are the bully in the playground.
Well, that's why they made Mario Maker. They're just like, you're allowed to work within this.
Yeah. Yep. They want complete control, and me and we've talked about this on previous stuff with the NES Classic, that they basically threw out a seed to their community and said, you guys like retro stuff? And then people were like, fuck yeah, we do. And they were like, well, guess what? We're not making those things anymore.
Yeah, you heard about that, right?
We're gonna control it now.
Yeah. So they have the SNES Classic slated to release in around the holiday season.
I heard about that.
But they're increasing demand. I think it's a smart move from Nintendo on that side of things, just because they're creating demand for these retro titles, these retro games, and they already have like their flagship console, the Nintendo Switch, and Virtual Console. So like with the release of their Virtual Console, they are going to be able to resell these original titles.
It's very expensive to get retro games on the Virtual Console though, right? Because it's only like rental basically. You can't even purchase a game full time. Is that what I'm to understand? I don't have a Switch. So.
I think it depends. I don't know exactly. I don't know if they've completely worked out all the kinks. Like originally with Sony and like PlayStation Now, it was like you can rent it for hour time slots, and I was like pushing for them to do a subscription fee where you have unlimited access to all of the games as long as you pay the subscription fee, kind of like Netflix.
I think they're doing that now, right? Aren't they?
And now that's what they're doing. It's a little bit more pricey than I'd like it to be, but at the same time, they made it available.
I can kind of understand where they're coming from with shutting down like fan-made games a little bit, because like especially like Nintendo, generally they aim at like a family-friendly audience, right? Like they got lots of kids in their audience, and someone is gonna make the like mouth rape Princess Peach game at some point, right? So like they're just generally shut all that shit down, no risk at all at that point of anyone taking our characters who like little kids love and turning it into something that we don't intend it to be.
It's still gonna end up on Newgrounds regardless. Or it used to end up on Newgrounds. I don't know where people put
showing
it now.
your age there, man.
Well, I mean, Newgrounds is still alive.
But what people need to understand is that, and it seems like it's harmless a lot of the times with these kind of situations, but it's really dangerous. It's really dangerous to be in this, realm and not be, I'm just making a game. Oh, I'm just making a new Mario game. Well, you kind of can't do that.
And honestly,
there are going to be repercussions for doing that, because you are using somebody's intellectual property, without their consent. Well, just like if you were like, I'm going to make a new movie. I'm going to make a movie and I'm going to call it fucking Terminator. You can't do that. Like, you just can't. Like, and people just, I think, need to get over the fact that like there are just, when you own something, you own it. If it was yours and somebody was doing that, you would have to make a decision if that's gonna help you or hurt you. And but look at Minecraft. Minecraft's a great example though, because look at how many mods. Look how long Minecraft became. Its lifespan like quadrupled because of mods.
Yeah, no,
so
100%. Same with Skyrim.
So I mean,
like it extended the life
long
substantially.
After. Yeah, no, you're not wrong. And the thing is too, so there's always going to be those games that have an active mod community that encourages it.
Right.
And if what you're trying to make
mod.
Exactly. And if what you're trying to
Gary's
make
mod,
is a Mario game or a Zelda game, hire an art director, to like use all the same gameplay features and all the same elements, and like put a different skin on it. Like you just don't use the characters. So,
well, that's what
I was just gonna say.
The Breath of the Wild retro version. Somebody made a retro version of Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild, and the guy ended up getting he talked about it before releasing it, and then Nintendo issued a takedown notice, and then he already said before, he's like, if Nintendo issues a takedown notice, I'm just going to sub in all of the licensed characters with my own independent shit.
Yeah,
and I was like, smart. Why not just do that from the get-go? I actually, you know what? It's a decent marketing tactic. People started talking about it. It's all over the gaming community. So he's like, I'm talking about this, and then he got the takedown notice. And
he probably had all his art ready too.
Yeah.
He probably was totally ready to just reskin the game.
100%. And so I think that was like
he should just did that from the beginning. I don't know why he would even get involved in something like that.
Yeah, it's a risk.
I don't know. If you're interested in making games, then make your own thing.
But he just talked about it. He didn't release it.
Yeah.
All
well,
he did was talk about it.
I can literally say I can say something about Nintendo right now, and they might be listening. Someone from Nintendo is listening. The fact that I just said Nintendo again and Nintendo, they're here. They heard me. They're listening. Whoever you are,
Nintendo is always watching.
I'll make this very clear to them. You are the downfall, and it's going to be your fault. All right.
Yeah,
So,
Hob is.
They're a whole nother. They're in a whole
he's a
nother
strong
realm.
believer that Nintendo is going to cause the second gaming crash.
Oh, the big crash?
Yeah.
Nah,
Yep.
It's too big, man. The industry's too big now.
The second coming.
And
What's
basically,
coming?
they're now competing.
Say that
in the
now,
mobile
but
market.
when they do, you make sure to come to Montreal and you find me. And you let me know.
I'll give you credit, man, when it happens.
No,
Fine.
but it's more of because the reason why I act that way is because I've never seen a company. Well, I've seen a few companies, but they're one in this industry that is so protective and they're so scared that they're it's like that superstar that's like in a sport, but they're like they can do everything, but then they like lack the confidence in later in their career because they know they can't do it anymore. They can't do what they used to do. Nintendo can't do what they used to do.
Yeah.
They're not heavyweights anymore. There's
I
new
mean,
Well, I don't know, man.
They are
They move a lot of
financially.
machines.
Yeah, they move a lot of consoles.
on their reputation,
and
not
they
on their
move a
reputation.
lot of
so much on their
product.
reputation.
Because they release, like, say what you will about them, they release complete games. They don't release buggy games. They follow the Japanese philosophy on, like, game production. They don't follow the Western. And when they produce a game and they release a game, it is not rife with bugs. It is not, like, all over the... Like, Nintendo would never release something like Mass Effect Andromeda or No Man's Sky or, like, the first 6 months of Battlefield 4 or
That's true, but
Destiny
they also,
Year 1.
They also only have 3 different games they can make. You know, they can make a Mario
Exactly.
game, a Zelda game, or
Splatoon.
And a Pokemon
or Splatoon. Yeah. So, like, I hear what you're saying, and I think you're right. They do make really polished products, but
same with Square Enix. Like,
They have
they're
a formula that they
Yeah.
know works, and they know they're gonna try to squeeze every dime out of every person until literally people are like, they're like, I don't want this anymore. This is stupid.
I mean, to a certain extent, it's working. They're selling
It's working.
Mario
Oh,
Kart
yeah.
8 for a second time, and it's
Again.
like gangbusters. People
Yeah.
are buying it in droves.
It is the number one most sold game right now.
Ugh,
And
come on, buy
yeah.
PUBG. It's better.
It outsold Prey.
Yeah.
It's Prey is 600 units under Mario Kart 8 right now.
Yep.
For the second most sold, I think, this month.
Crazy.
And I mean, speaking of Prey, it finally has enough reviews to develop a Metacritic score.
Wow.
That's pretty good.
Yikes.
So basically, Forbes, you can stop being a butthurt little baby and cry about something else.
Okay, wait,
Because last week Forbes released an article saying, "Oh, if you don't know what to say about Prey, or if you've never heard of Prey, there's a reason why. Because they didn't release any review copies.
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
They wanted
I'm
the
gonna give-
users, they wanted the gamers to
Just get first crack at it.
Yeah, and like Forbes was butthurt because they're just like, yeah, can we get a review copy? No, we're not doing that. Who do you think you are? And I'm like, listen, Forbes, you're new to the gaming industry. Developers can decide what they want to do.
They don't have
know?
to give you a free copy of
Yeah,
the game
totally.
if they don't want to. They don't
Yeah,
have
exactly.
to.
And also, like, Forbes Gaming.
Yeah, that's not where I
wanna,
go for my
yeah,
gaming
you want
news.
to talk. You want to talk about like Prey what?
Analytics.
In case you've never heard
that
of
might
Prey,
work.
there's a reason why. Who the fuck has heard of Forbes Gaming?
Okay, real quick before you guys say anything. What do you think Prey got on Metacritic? Did you look, Nate?
We
I think
looked.
it was 83. 83?
Okay, I was going to say 81 was my guess.
That's close. Yeah, I looked, so my guess would not be. It would be biased by knowing the correct answer. But
Okay,
but,
what is the answer?
I believe it's 83.
yeah, it is
70 79 is
It
what
went down since
Oh, it
when
went
we
down.
read about
Yeah.
Wait, 80. It's 80.
it. Oh,
Oh, it's 80.
So I was
mean,
1
Wait,
point
user
off.
score or critic score?
Well, it's 7.9 user score, so they're basically the same, which is good. That's a good thing though, because that means that it's pretty accurate.
Yeah,
When
right.
you
Yeah.
see those two numbers kind of fluctuate on Metacritic, then you know somewhere something happened.
Yeah, and I typically don't trust critic reviews because critics
it's
aren't gamers.
Hit or miss.
You know, critics. I look at critics as people who used to be gamers, but now they're just people who power through games because it's their job.
Oh,
It's a different
They don't
experience.
play
Totally.
it to enjoy
100%.
Yeah.
I reviewed the first Watch Dogs because Ubisoft sent me a copy,
it. Yeah,
and I gave that game a way higher score than it should have got,
Yeah.
and it should have been like a 4 or 5.
But
and
you
I
got
gave
it
it like
free.
a
it was
7.5.
not awful.
It was pretty bad.
I didn't love it.
It was
yeah,
not.
but it
It was
wasn't
not
horrible.
easy to finish. Let's just say
Yeah,
that.
I'm with you on that
I
one.
I mean, I didn't like the
really
protagonist.
struggled to finish
Aiden
it.
Pierce was a pretty trash protagonist.
Oof.
He was emotionless.
Yeah,
pretty,
had no-
pretty empty.
Had nothing. That
I mean, it was like a 6 at best.
I've always said that, like, when I do reviews, I don't do it on like a 1 to 10 scale.
Right, I
or
don't like
a
number
8 or
scales.
9. I use a number scale, but it's dollars. Like, what my rating is how much money am I willing to spend on this game?
Oh,
Like,
that's
if
good,
I'm
yeah.
willing to spend full price at launch because it's a great game, that tells you something about the quality of the game based on its value.
Fair.
But if my score is like, I'll wait till it's $20, you know what I mean? Like, then it's
Yep.
like, it's worth playing, but
Yeah.
like, I'm gonna wait a few months until the price drops.
Well, I'm working on a review
own system.
concept, a show,
Okay.
a game reviewing show that I'm gonna be rolling out like in a couple of months. I need to find the right people to do it. You're one of the people. So
Don't ask me, because I'll just give everything a really terrible score.
Hob just like give it 5 turds out of 5. Everything,
Every Nintendo game. would
anything
just
I
be
come
terrible.
up with, Hob's just like fuck it.
They'd be like, "Oh, I'm reviewing this new Nintendo. Oh, it's terrible. Don't buy it. It's
Yeah.
a piece of shit."
Right now, it's like a $600 Zelda machine, so, you know.
Yeah, gross. That just makes me sick to my stomach. That they
Well,
just
Zelda
came out
and Mario
with
Kart
one
8
game.
Deluxe
Yeah, oh, that's...
Not only not to, I don't want to keep getting on Nintendo because I really don't
and
like them
snipper
right
clips.
now. But they
don't know.
made a console where they didn't put a Zelda game on it, and then they released a new console with the game that was supposed to come out on the old console,
Yeah.
and that's the only fucking game they made for the new
That's
console
the
Wait,
second
that was coming out. Like that came
It was
out.
supposed to come out for the Wii U
Breath of the Wild.
originally.
Yeah.
Absolutely,
It was developed for the Wii
100%.
U, and they held it off. They did
That's
the same
why
thing.
it's so much worse than the Wii. Because like, there's one thing that they could have done on the Wii U version that would have made it like inventory management could have been done
On the
on
screen.
the screen, the handheld screen, and they definitely wouldn't have made it available on both because you can't do it on the Switch. So if
Right.
the Wii U version was better because of inventory management on like the handheld,
Yeah.
then it would have made the Wii U version better than the Switch version, and they're trying to unload Switches, not Wii U's. So
Right.
It's funny.
That's
It's the
what
same
bothers
thing.
me.
It's the same thing they did for the Wii launch, right? With Twilight Princess, it was developed for the GameCube, and they held it for the Wii launch.
right, but it
Well,
was great
yeah,
in the Wii.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I'm not saying it wasn't, and the thing is, like, Breath of the Wild is great on the Switch too, but like,
Right.
it's just interesting.
Wasn't Skyward Sword for the Wii U?
that that was the only no, that was for the Wii. That was,
That was for
the
Wii.
only
So
game.
both Twilight
Zelda game-
Princess and Skyward Sword were
Yes.
Wii.
Yeah, original
Wii titles, yeah. Yeah, I mean that's what bothers me about their company and why I don't subscribe to their plan is that I just don't think that that's right. I think they should have said,
Yeah.
okay, well you're gonna get your Zelda game, but here's this brand new thing. Here's this brand new thing that we've never
Yeah.
showed anybody before. And then that thing, like if they had that and Zelda, I would have been like,
You
okay,
didn't,
you know what?
But
I have
Nintendo
to
does
eat my
have a lot of
hand now.
properties.
I mean, like, but they didn't release anything like on the day.
Oh,
So like,
what,
like
you didn't
Chris
play
was saying,
1-2 Switch, man.
$600 to play Zelda. Give me a break. I could go to freaking anywhere.
You can
with
play 1-2 Switch,
$600.
man, and you can feel that HD rumble.
Yeah,
How many
HD
balls
rumble.
are in the cup?
Like if you're gonna spend $600 on something, you might as well buy VR.
Yeah.
And at least you're gonna like do something brand new and have fun.
And it's gonna keep
with
growing and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's gonna be at least it's not. I don't think it's like a complete switch to, like new gaming where like everyone's gonna play VR now. But it's like a whole nother thing where it's like every time I played VR, I just go like, wow, shit, I never do this. Like I never do this when I'm at home.
Yeah.
This
totally.
is cool.
Totally. It
like,
really transports you. Like, yeah. No, I hear what you're saying. Like, if you're gonna invest in something, VR is the place to invest right now.
Nintendo is not.
I'm
they're
not sold
gonna.
on VR though.
I feel bad for everybody who gets knocked,
You're
who
wrong.
tries to make like a little unique thing off a spin-off of a Nintendo IP.
Yeah.
But you're better off just not doing it and finding somewhere else to do it, and you might actually get credit for it, and then you might find yourself working at a company because of it.
And the thing is, so many quality games these days, like a great indie games come out. Like look at what was that Metroidvania called?
Axiom Verge.
That's one of them. But I'm thinking of it was a Steam game where you're a little dude.
Oh, Salt and Sanctuary.
No, also not it. It's like, my point is that like these archetypes of games, like you can use them to great effect if you make them your own.
Right.
And like so many indie developers have come up and like they've gotten a big splash off of Steam by making like a really quality Metroidvania game or like just a really good platformer like that use like Mario mechanics, but
right.
they make it their own.
Take the idea, the shell.
Yeah.
And then build your own fucking world inside the shell, and you'll make way more money.
Hollow Knight is the game I'm thinking.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and I was on Reddit gaming subreddit, talking about this with a bunch of people, and they were like, yeah, maybe people should just make their own, like come up with their own fucking original ideas instead of like just stealing other people's IPs, and people are like, wait, you mean originality doesn't mean just like taking somebody else's property and then just like using that to make your own shit? No, that's plagiarism. That's fucking plagiarism. That's what it is.
And exactly, and it's funny because I was talking to my friend about
but
music
Nintendo
stuff.
does have a lot of independent properties that they haven't made anything for in a long time.
Well, I mean, they should bring back some stuff that people really want.
Donkey Kong.
People really want Ice Climbers. I mean, they can't live without
People
them.
really want.
They're burning for Ice Climbers.
But they have like Donkey Kong, Kirby, like Metroid.
Well, I'm waiting for that second party, the team that made like Metroid Prime and the most recent Donkey Kong game. Like, they're good. They're
Pikmin, Star Fox.
Dude, all the Donkey Kong games that they made.
Yeah.
The one for Wii was awesome. One for Wii U I heard was good.
Yeah.
And it's like, I mean, that's cool. I mean,
Fire Emblem.
They can also make something new.
Yeah, they can also.
That can have. That's what I'm waiting for. I'm waiting for the moment where I have to say, someone tells me Nintendo's making a game, and I go, wow, that looks amazing, and I really want to play it. And then I say to myself, maybe I'll buy a Switch. Because I've never said that in 2 console generations now.
Same
I
here.
never said I want to buy a Wii U. And first of all, when I heard the name, I said, that's the stupidest name I've ever heard. I'm not buying this piece of garbage. And then the Switch, I was like, I'm not buying this. Like, come on. So
I still totally think of the Switch as a mobile device. Like, it is competing against cell phones as far as I'm concerned.
Well, speaking of the categories of like gaming, the next thing I wanted to talk about was like this ridiculous survey on consoles, and so like apparently Nielsen did a survey on the gaming industry, and what basically it found was nobody knows about the Xbox Scorpio, Project Scorpio, or the PS4 Pro. But I mean, it was a bad survey. If you look at the original study, everything, like people that qualified for the survey, it was a general population survey. They surveyed over 2,000 people, men and women, and to classify as a quote-unquote gamer, so it found that 64% of the U.S. is gamers.
Okay.
And to qualify as a gamer, you had to be anybody that played anything on any device in the last year.
In the last year.
In the last year. So that includes mobile gaming,
Yeah.
So if you're a mom, if soccer mom playing Candy Crush, you're a gamer.
Yeah. You collected cookies for 20 minutes in August last year.
I watched those people. I went to New York a couple weekends
Play
ago,
Farmville
and I watched
on
this.
Facebook. You're a gamer.
I watched this woman play. I don't know what it was, but like honestly, and I play a lot of games, and I'm watching this woman going like, I have no idea what's going on, but she's into it, and this like she's swiping her hand up and down, up all around, and I'm going like, this is crazy, like. This is insane. Like this chick is like, she is just sucked into this thing. And I'm like, is that me? Am I like that? But then like, I realized like, there's just like a level, like a gauge of like what games are to certain people. And it's like, those games are like that, like pulling the Vegas slot machine, like over and over and over and over again.
Yeah.
And you're not really like doing anything, but you're doing you do one action and then like and the game does the rest. Like I don't know, it's weird. It's really weird when I see that shit.
Well, I mean, like it's funny to see because like it's gonna get even more hilarious as VR becomes more popular, because if you've ever watched somebody play a VR game, when you're not seeing what's happening in the game, people look ridiculous. Yeah, when you see somebody playing Just Dance and you don't see the screen, they look ridiculous. Mm-hmm. When you see somebody like spazzing out on a mobile game.
Yeah, no, you're right.
On a tappy mobile game.
Ridiculous.
Or remember
hilarious.
when people played DDR in arcades? Like, it was ridiculous. It looked ridiculous.
You know what I've been thinking about too recently, like speaking of VR, is that there is like a pretty high cost to entry to experience VR. And I think there's the opportunity to bring back like social experiences in gaming with VR. Like there's a company out of Colorado, I think, who's doing they basically own a warehouse and they've set up kind of like a maze within it, but then everybody who comes in puts on a VR headset, and for every like obstacle in the world, it turns into, in the virtual world, like it's like a dungeon crawler basically, and one of them is the mage and one of them is the thing. So like
I saw them sampling something like that in at where was it? PAX East.
Yeah.
When I bought that ticket from U-Hub.
It's like an interactive
VR
adventure thing. So like that, you know, that's something that I think might happen. And even just like VR arcades, like I know even here in Toronto in is it in Kensington, I think there's a VR arcade?
There is a VR arcade.
You can go and like
that
pop on
just
a
opened up like a couple weeks ago. They haven't done their full launch yet, but they're still in the middle of like their soft opening stage.
So I think that's pretty cool. Like you know, it's tough to like buy a rig that can run an HTC Vive and the device itself and all this. Like it's a high cost to entry, but like to experience it, it's possible to go spend $10 or whatever with a few friends and
Oculus
have
is
a whole night.
Crazy expensive.
Yeah,
I think that'd be super fun to do. Like, I think that'd be great to go and like so for instance, speaking of VR, I'm teaching a camp over the summer called Video Game Revolution, and it's with like middle school to high school kids, and we're doing like, and basically it's open forum, and they gave me a budget to actually do stuff. So I said, we have to get VR. So we're buying PlayStation VR because it's the easiest one to get.
Mm.
Probably the most cost effective.
Yeah, and it's the easy, and especially if it broke or something, we wouldn't feel so bad.
Right.
But like it's one of those things where it's an experience. It's so much different than anything else that you would do playing a game with your key. You know, I play a lot of PC, so keyboard and mouse. Like it's so archaic.
Yeah,
it's so archaic. You know, to watch, like even when I stream sometimes or I'll record, I hear my friends I hear their mechanical keyboards on the other end, and I just go like, "This sounds so archaic." Click, 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 click. You know.
Yeah.
But we're the master race.
But getting VR, I mean, it's just the power. I mean, we're always gonna have the power on
the
PC.
The thing that always like impresses me is how willing my brain is to give into the conceit of whatever's happening in the headset. Like immediately I put on the headset and like I'm in the lab or whatever from that Valve put out there.
Right.
And my brain is so willing to like totally believe that this is going on. Like it's great. It's amazing.
And, well, I don't know. I feel like there has, first of all, the technology isn't there yet. Like in terms of the power that
It's getting there quick.
Yeah, but like
It'll be
like
there,
in
man.
terms of we're putting, I mean, comparatively low resolution screens up to our eyes. Like it's not at the level or frame rate that our eyes need in order to be able to process this information effectively without like negative ramifications.
I mean, I would say in most cases that's right. I played the Vive at my buddy's work. He works at a digital production company. They make videos online and stuff. And they have, first of all, it's hilarious. They have an HD. Their Vive setup is in a green screen room,
Right?
So they can shoot somebody on the Vive and then display what's happening in the game behind them. Brilliant idea. But like their rig that's running it is like
Trash.
No, it's incredible. It's like super high quality, and like the frame rate was no problem, no latency at all, and beautiful looking. Like it was obviously a crazy expensive endeavor to get it there,
right?
And it's not the kind of experience you'd have at your house today with $500-$600,
right?
But my point being, like, technology evolves really quick. I think it's going to be in the household sooner than you think. Maybe
it'll
like
be
2
there.
years.
Yeah.
You know.
I'd say the second generation VR stuff is going to be easily done, and especially with graphics cards now.
Yeah.
You know, like a standard graphics card,
like a 1080.
I mean, it's gonna be more than enough now.
Yeah.
You know, like 8 gigs is gonna be the norm for a graphics card on the computer.
And sooner
That's
than you think.
that's gonna be the norm. So like, what's the crazy guy gonna have? Like
the one
like a 32 gigabyte graphics card, it's gonna be insane.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think the one thing that is going to save it, the VR industry, is going to be porn. Because the porn
porn drives technology.
Yes.
In every generation.
Exactly. Like it, and
the internet is for porn.
And they're like,
that's true.
People are creating interactive orifices that like you can manipulate, and the other person will
orifices.
Yeah, well,
that should be the name of this
Heyo.
podcast.
Welcome to Interactive Orifices podcast.
This podcast took a turn hard right.
But yeah, so like whatever
No
you
pun
do
intended.
to manipulate that interactive orifice is felt on the other side by the other person.
Oh, so like a multiplayer.
And I feel like we're almost at the like what was it, Demolition Man?
Yeah. With
I think I talked to you about this last week, Hobby. You haven't seen it.
Nah,
But
I don't watch movies.
the virtual sex
right.
thing with people right across the room from you.
They're just like,
and I'm just like, oh no, what is happening? Like this. That's where, if it gets to that point, I'm not okay with it.
Yeah, but on a, so I was first. I didn't really understand VR. I was really against it, and I remember having a conversation with somebody about that. And then I started seeing it in a lot of different ways.
Yeah,
I saw it in very casual ways and very hardcore gaming ways, and I went like, oh wow, like this is awesome. Like, but it wasn't the end. It wasn't like, oh, this is all I'm gonna do.
Yeah.
It was more of like, wow, this is a really cool thing that I can do. It was almost like another. I think of it as a separate console. Like it's almost like I play on a screen with a keyboard and mouse, and then putting a VR headset. It's like playing a different thing. It's like they're not even the same thing.
Yeah.
And that's what I think it's going to be. I don't know if the general public is going like.
See, but that's what I mean. That's why
the
these
average
these,
people
like,
are going to be into it.
I think you're right, and I think that's why the kind of social experience is like the place you go to with a group to experience VR is probably a pretty good business model to look into kind of right now.
Yeah,
instead of
let's
like
do
the
it.
movie
Let's
Gamer.
do it.
Yeah,
let's
do it.
We're gonna do it.
I'm gonna do that. No, I think.
Remember, people, this was the podcast where it all started.
Yeah, right. I
We're
have
all gonna
seen
have jet
Gamer,
soon.
where you're controlling an actual human being on the
Yes.
other side. Yeah.
And like it could
I hope
potentially
I
get
can
to
control
that
Nate
point.
one day.
Well,
But
it's a little dystopian.
What I want is like
Nate, you're raising your right arm right now.
I'm gonna make what? I'm gonna make myself
I'm controlling
into
you.
weeaboo right now. Sword Art Online level nerve gear.
Okay.
If either of you are familiar.
I know the concept, sure.
You know, like you put on a virtual reality or like a headset, and it takes your entire consciousness and puts it into a game.
And then you die in the game and you die in real life.
When you
Game
die
over.
in the game, you die for real. What was that game?
Rip.
What was that movie?
I don't remember.
Stay Alive. I think it was called Stay Alive. Yeah.
I mean, we're getting into deep philosophical stuff
was a bit-
here. We're talking
Yes.
about Kurz Wiley and like live forever by downloading your brain into a computer stuff. Like
That's where
Don't
Steve Jobs
download my
lives.
brain.
that's where Jobs lives.
Yeah, Steve Jobs just uploaded
Steve
himself
Jobs.
to the iCloud.
That's he's still alive. I mean, if everybody thinks he's dead, they're
He's
crazy.
Siri now. You didn't know that his consciousness.
He's
is Siri.
Siri.
Yeah, don't
Well,
ask
good.
Siri
I don't have an
about where
iPhone, so
Steve
he
Jobs
can't have
is.
me. Steve Jobs, you can't have me. You don't deserve me.
Speaking of VR, I did hear that Payday 2 has a VR DLC thing coming out.
Mm-hmm.
I'd
See,
play that.
I'm in. I mean, I'm totally down with like Thumper. Like, is one of the games I'm gonna play immediately when I get the. The funny thing they said at the camp when I had the meeting was they went, "Oh, well, we should buy it now. The camp starts in June, but you should take it and you should
Learn
fool
it."
around with it." And I was like, "Wait, what?" Like they were like
answered yes,
they were
I
like
hope.
openly accepting the fact that I'm gonna take this home and like play it just as like a little kid, just like everyone else. Like that I'm like, oh yes, like, and I'm like, first thing is like Thumper was like the first game I wanted to play in
Yeah.
VR. Was like, so like yeah,
Wait,
it's like
Thumper is the rail.
the on rails thing, yeah.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
Along
demoed
with
it
music
at
there.
Toronto or Canadian Fan Expo Canada.
Right.
On
last-
VR or just
on-
with a controller?
with a controller, but we
Yeah,
were
'cause I
also
did the same
demoing PSVR because I was working with PlayStation there, and Thumper is like a crazy experience.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Like I can only imagine, like without VR, it's a crazy experience.
Yeah.
I can
know.
only
can't
imagine
wait.
how amazing it would be in VR because
I might
Thumper is so.
That's the one. It's like music
fucking-
and like you have to
yeah.
hit the buttons along. Yeah, I
Mhm.
played that on my buddy's PSVR. It's really one of the better experiences. On
It
the PSVR now.
encapsulates you.
Yeah,
I can't wait.
it's super cool,
I
man. You're
can't
gonna have a
wait.
good time with it.
I'll get it in like probably a few weeks, so I'll let you know.
Nice. And you know
let
what?
you guys know how it
I
is.
I played on Battlefront. They have the one like X-wing mission that's in VR.
Oh,
Oh,
really?
that's-
And
Sounds
like
cool.
the mission itself is all right. The best part is just sitting in an X-wing cockpit and like every button
Looking
has an
around.
effect. It's like
Really?
opening the
Oh,
wings.
see?
It's bringing down the aiming computer, targeting computer.
Oh my
It's
god.
pretty sick.
See, but Nate, that's the kind of shit we're talking about.
Yeah.
That eventually, when developers start to figure out how VR
Well, you could train
really
people
works,
in like actual military planes.
it's gonna be freaking ridiculous. Like
Yeah.
it's going to be a whole nother thing that I don't know if we're actually ready for what's going to be
Like, it's just
when
like
when it's there.
Even-
when it's
even
I just
all
don't
there.
want it to take over sex. That's my major concern.
buddy. That's like a you problem if it's.
Hey, you got issues, man. Hey, there's some people you can go talk to, I think, for
Yeah.
those things.
The VR Year 1 support group.
Yeah, exactly.
Nate, I hope it doesn't take over sex.
I just don't want it to take over sex.
Yeah, man.
Well,
I think
because
you'll
like
be
I have
okay.
a buddy that designs architecture in VR, and
And
he's
he said
sitting
that.
there like designing architecture
And
and like
seeing it.
yes, but like he's designing everything, but he has like a barf bucket beside him because like every like hour he has to throw up, and then he just goes back to designing.
Generally, that's a latency issue from what I hear. That like if when you turn your head, the image in the thing is slow behind it, your brain freaks out, and that's what makes people sick.
Yeah, my brain can't handle. And then
But
you
that's
just,
that's the
that's
thing
tech.
where that's technology, and that's where once we get that all figured out, then it's not going to be an issue anymore.
but I'm worried about the long
It's going to
term.
blow your mind.
I'm worried about the
Well,
long-term brain
not-
effects of him doing that or people doing that.
Long-term brain effects. It's like it's no
that's
worse than
okay.
watching
My
TV
brain-
really close. Like,
my brain's already fucked up. It's fine. Just let it go. Let it go.
Yeah.
Let it go.
I did watch BME Pain Olympics at the age of 10. So
yeah. You messed yourself up real good, man.
yeah, nothing phases me anymore. But like apparently only 11% of that 2,000 person population knows what the Xbox Scorpio is, and only 21% know about the PlayStation 4 Pro.
But isn't that's funny? Because Scorpio isn't even on the market
It's
yet.
not on the market yet.
PS4 Pro is. Like,
Right.
You can go buy that. I'm surprised.
But like, there's a lot of red flags in this study.
Oh, like you said, it was all people who had touched a cell phone game once
Right.
that year.
But like, only 77%
touched
had
a cell
heard of a PlayStation 4.
yeah.
So like, I can't imagine any gamer saying, "I have never heard of the PlayStation 4." No, I don't. What?
It does seem weird because even like Nielsen is like, you know, they come from TV ratings,
Right.
Statistics and stuff. That's where that company, you know, way back in the day, there'd be they'd select families across the United States and put a special box on top of their TV so
Oh my
that
God.
they could track what people
that was in an
were watching.
episode of Alf.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right.
Oh, my God, where we wanted to save the Polka station.
You
So-
want to talk about dating yourself?
Oh yeah.
So I imagine that they're like the people that
Alf
they had
lives
access
forever.
to is a very general kind of audience. You know what I mean? But even then, I guess there's a lot of old people. There's a lot of baby boomers still out there, eh?
Yeah. A lot of baby boomers.
People
Our
still-
parents are baby
There's a lot of
boomers.
people still alive that are old.
My mom wouldn't know what a PS4 Pro is if they asked her, and she'd like, you know,
And my mom
Played
plays
Snake on her phone.
Words with Friends.
yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Well, that's really what I think all this stuff is kind of bullshit, because it's like any kid, like, and I'm about to see this in this camp. There's like every kid there that's 11, 12, 13 years old. They know what's going on.
Yeah.
Like there's no way that these kids can get away. Like, they all know what Nintendo is. They all know what this stuff is. I mean, like, for them to be like, well, where's our target audience? Come on. I mean, like, it's not that hard.
Yeah.
I don't need to do a poll to know that your target audience is any kid that's any age, and then anyone to the age of 35, 40 maybe is the max, I'd say, of, like, you know, your core. There's your core. Most of it's in the middle, because it's like the majority of the people that are buying the shit are people that have expendable income, that have jobs. So it's like 25 to 30 is probably your target audience,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
because they can afford a $60 game like Mass Effect Andromeda. All my friends that love Mass Effect that bought it and then were like, oh, this game sucks.
Piece of shit. Yeah.
They still bought it anyway because they can do it. They just said, oh, well, I want to buy it and I have the money. So
Yep.
they don't care if the game sucked or not. They were just gonna buy it. So I don't know. Those things are, for me, a little bit overrated.
Those kinds of statistics gathering, like, I don't know what they were trying to prove with this survey.
Yeah, exactly.
No,
Like,
it was just like, 47% of people are console gamers, 27% are PC gamers, and then 26% are mobile. But like, and I'm not a mobile gamer. I can't stand mobile
neither
gaming.
am I.
But also, I want to know, do handheld consoles count as mobile gaming? Does the Switch count as a mobile console, or does it count as a console? Does the 3DS or 2DS count as a mobile, or is it a mobile console?
Yeah.
Or is it a console?
Yeah, it's very ill-defined and a little wishy-washy. Yeah.
That's
know-
why that's where you go to the next Nintendo
The
whatever
Vita.
tree house of whatever they call those, and you raise your hand and go, and you're like this. You're like, what the fuck is this thing? Is it a handheld or a console? Jesus,
What
just
are
tell
you?
us.
Well, that's kind of how I was when they started coming out with these just massive smartphones. I was like, at what point does it stop becoming a smartphone and start becoming a tablet?
Right,
It's a fine
the
line.
same stuff.
Fine
you know?
line.
Because people are
Yeah.
holding these fucking massive slates, these fucking
And they
Tabs.
just and they pick it up and they're like, "Oh, my phone's ringing. Oh, hello."
Hello.
yeah.
And you're like, "What the hell? I thought that was an iPad." Yeah, in your
Yeah.
hand.
Is that not just like a TV screen that you're holding up to your face with both hands?
I like you know what's funny is, you know, the old cell phones used to be those big, you know, those big fucking blocks, and then with the little flip lid, and
Yeah.
you know, and it had all the numbers, you know, and those things were about, I'd say, the size of like, you know, like a little bit smaller than an envelope, like a between an index card and an envelope. And our fucking phones are the same size now.
Yeah.
we've gone exactly back, and we went to Nokia phones, and they were really tiny, and then everything kind of stayed around there. And my first flip phone was like super tiny. It was like maybe the size of like just like a business card. And now, yeah, the iPhone Plus phones are like, they're humongous. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah.
It's just crazy.
It's
we
absolutely
go
absurd.
we go in way crazy directions. This stuff.
But
Anyway,
like, okay, so going back to like the Scorpio and everything, the only thing that's gonna sell it, and this is something that like they aren't focusing enough on, but they keep touching on it, but keep not giving any information on it, which is pissing a lot of people off, is games.
yep.
Like, they keep posting it, oh, it's the most powerful console of all time. Sure. For like
Yeah,
a month
for
or
now.
so, until like the PlayStation 5.
Until some other company goes, hey, we're getting in the console business, and we're making a console 300 times the power of that one. I mean, who cares? Like, that's not going to sell me.
Exactly.
And there's going to be a point where it's just like, you can get marginally better, but like, we've hit peak video game. Like
every video game console, every new video game console is the most powerful, the best
right.
new video game console of all time at that point, except for anything Nintendo releases.
Well,
but
that's
Nintendo has proven that first-party titles and third-party titles will sell a console regardless of the power of it, regardless of the hardware.
And good marketing.
And that's what I said to you guys when I said about Nintendo. I said, give me a game that makes me want to say, I want to buy a Switch.
Yeah.
Right.
Get me make a game that will make me buy the console. I'm not going to buy our console for no reason.
Yeah.
I picked up a Switch today, Nate, but I'm not actually playing anything on it though. It's just, I just got it.
The proposition right now is just Zelda, really.
Yeah.
How stupid is that?
And Hoshino Kirby, who's been on the stream for the last 2 weeks, check him out. He made a good point. The Atari Jaguar was the most powerful console of the time for its time, and it was a massive failure.
Totally blew.
Right. Yep.
But
even the Dreamcast was like
Dreamcast was way ahead of its time.
Yeah. And it failed. You know?
Well, that's because it failed because of the reputation of Sega not being ready.
And sloppy marketing push.
Yeah. And that was their fault. That was
Sega's
Sega's
but
fault.
it didn't have anything, like the power didn't save it. People weren't like,
it had a lot of amazing, unique first party
it had
titles,
good games on it. It was an
arcade. It was an arcade emulator.
Yeah. They had the modem though.
The simulator.
That was the big thing, right? Was that it was the first thing
Yeah.
that advertised
Yeah, it was the
actual
first
potential for
time
online gaming.
It was the first time a little kid has ever told me fuck my mom online while playing NBA 2K.
Oh yeah. Classic.
Yeah.
Classic.
Oh, those days fighting with my sister. My sister had the phone. We had two phones. My sister had her own phone, but the internet was connected to her phone. The dial up.
Right.
And anytime I went on the computer, her phone would get all the freaking weird shit. Yeah, and she'd scream out, "Get off the computer!"
I mean, it's the same as
and we'd fight to
fax.
death.
Anytime you call a fax number, you get the same sound.
Yeah.
That's how
Fax
information
it up.
passed via audio.
What? No,
Rip fax.
that is how dubstep was created.
Oh.
It's like every dubstep sample ever.
We're gonna dedicate this podcast to the fax.
Yeah.
Rip.
That's if you want to contact me.
Today's Let Us Talk
fax.
podcast.
Or you can
We're
get
doing
it
that
on
from
my
now
pager.
on, Nate. We're gonna dedicate the podcast to something. Last week, Chris, we dedicated the podcast to Jeff Kaplan for hitting $1 billion with Overwatch.
Oh,
so
Papa Kaplan.
Yes.
cheers to you, Jeff.
As of
Nice
last
job, you
week.
Hanzo main. Anyway.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I wanted to bring up an Overwatch thing too. Did you hear the rumors about Overwatch League?
No.
Yeah, I heard some rumblings about that stuff.
So like this is them trying to make like esports happen, so, like especially in North America. Like esports is already very popular in Asia, in Korea especially with Blizzard games. But they're really trying to make a esports league around Overwatch where people can buy in at the franchise level. League of Legends has something similar. The buy-in for a franchise in League of Legends and their official league is about 1.5 million, 2 million. The rumor is that buy-in for Overwatch's league for a team is $20 million.
Fuck off.
Yeah, $20 million. So clearly they're like, they want corporate sponsors, right? They want teams that are run by like Razer and these kinds
Right.
of, at that level.
That's absurd.
Like that seems like a high entry like cost, but it's Blizzard. They do what they want.
I don't think they need to worry. Well, the first thing I said about that was they don't. Why do they care? They've done so much already in year one sales wise that they don't care if they're not looking to make money anymore on this. They did it already. It's done. I mean, like year one on a game like Overwatch, which had no campaign, no story.
Yeah.
It's literally a multiplayer game.
It breaks my brain.
It. And it made $1 billion before year. It didn't even. It's not even year one yet. It didn't fit. Next week is year one.
Yeah,
so for me, it's like when I heard that, I just said it. They don't care. They don't care. Like, why do they care if they have an esports league for their game? Yeah. They don't need to make money on it anymore. It's done. Success.
I think though that what they're seeing is like I really do. I kind of agree with them that it's a matter of time until esports are as popular in North America as they are in Korea. Like kids are growing up on games and it's easier for them to get into like Twitch streamers, like pro gamers who are playing Overwatch. They're like dropping into their Twitch stream and spending money to subscribe and stuff like this. Like so kids are just more used to it. It's just a matter of time. And it feels like what they're trying to do with that kind of cost to entry is like set up a really robust core set of teams to start with.
Well, I mean, they don't want the MLG thing to happen. MLG went bankrupt last year, and
exactly.
Like,
so they want to set up a strong economy in this pro league, but
and that's
still
fair.
$20 million.
It's pretty absurd.
I just thought of something. Imagine fantasy esports where you like
draft
for like Overwatch,
players.
you like pick you draft a player and like you get points on like their KD and like their objective
really
time.
Cool.
It'd be nuts.
Great.
It would be like a crazy
or like
game.
Dota or League of Legends. Like, oh man, I'm on it. That's it.
I'm
got
sure
people.
There's already like stuff like that in Korea.
Yeah, well, I'm bringing it here, and I'm gonna make the millions and get my jet.
You gotta set it up,
private jet.
But yeah, Chris, you weren't here when I was mentioning it, but like the Asian Games, which is kind of like the Olympics or the Commonwealth Games, they are adding esports as a medaled event.
I saw that.
And when I was talking to Hob about it, I was like, because they haven't really talked much about how they're going to structure it or anything like that. Mm-hmm. And I'm hoping for like a video game decathlon. Where like
it's not just StarCraft,
10 separate games that you have to compete with other people, kind of like Video in Arcade Top 10 style.
Yeah.
Remember that show from like the 90s? Oh man. Like,
isn't that what they do at PAX too? Don't they have like a multi-game event?
I don't know.
At PAX where like the winner has to like beat in the final. It's like root beer tapper or something. It's a weird like they pick 10 games and you have to win them all.
Controller.
Well, how cool would it be if like you introduced both physical sports and video games together, like
so
you know,
run 100 meters.
Yeah,
do a high jump. Zergrush StarCraft.
Well, I mean, it would be really, really cool to see because, like, if you look at oops, that's my phone.
Okay.
If you look at like the biathlon where people are like skiing and then they have to like shoot shit and then they go back to skiing and then they have to shoot more shit, like.
What's
doable.
the real world application for that?
Yeah, but like it would be so cool to introduce both like physical sport.
They're gonna switch out. They're gonna do that same sport, but they're gonna do skiing, and instead of it being shooting a gun, they're gonna have to play duck hunt. So
perfect.
It'd be super cost effective.
With not the ducks, with the little plates that go.
Skeet shooting.
Skeet shooting.
Yeah, skeet shooting.
That was
exactly.
impossible.
That's exactly what it is.
That was so much harder.
Yeah.
And they'll be like, and they'll have to like, it'll be outside.
We'll get a CRT screen.
And the one guy's like, his game won't work, so I'll have to take it out and blow on it and do all the
Oh my
shit we used to
God.
do as kids and like try to make sure it works and
It's
like
like, no, I
half
need an air canister. I need an air
half
canister.
half
love
the
it.
shit'll like you'll see Duck Hunt, but it's all like pixelated and like he's like, oh shit, and the announcer's like, oh shit, it looks like he's having trouble with the console. That's really gonna
That's gonna
cost
cost
him. It
him
might
some
cost him the
time,
gold
yeah.
medal.
And he's gonna have to like be very careful about how he says Duck Hunt, just like in
Yeah.
in Super Smash Brothers Brawl or Melee, in the newest version of Super Smash Brothers, there's Duck Hunt, where
Okay.
with like the dog and the duck, and the way he says Duck Hunt,
Just
he
sounds-
says there's like a significant amount of time between duck
Duh.
and hunt.
Yeah.
It's like Duck Hunt, just like enunciates the consonants so hard just so that it doesn't sound like Duck Hunt.
Yeah, right.
It's
You don't want to
so
drop a hard
obvious.
C on kids.
You know, just dropping a hard C, boo, just air horns all over the place.
I'm listening to the announcement right. I want to listen now.
But it's actually one of my favorite things. And I mean, while we're talking about Nintendo and like old shit, let's go back to like pre-N64. Ben Heck got his hands on the Nintendo Sony console.
Yeah.
Oh, I watched
What-
that. I watched that whole
You
thing.
watched that whole like
I didn't check it out. It's on my
dismantling-
to-do list.
I watched him when he first got it, and then I watched him. He got it
Make it
back,
work.
and he actually did more stuff to it.
Yeah, there's like no games for it. There's not a lot of games for it.
No,
but
he got it. He got it to work though.
yeah, but like that was a huge moment in gaming history because like that was when Nintendo
They
was
almost
looking
made a console.
at
Yeah.
discs
Yep.
for games, and then they decided to stick with cartridges and release the N64, and that is what launched the Sony PlayStation.
Yeah. Sony, because I think a lot of the development work they did for that Nintendo product,
Mm-hmm.
they springboarded off of it and just turned it into their own device.
Exactly.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
Which is huge.
Yeah.
It's kind of like IBM kind of paving the way for Apple to exist.
Yeah, right.
You
right,
know?
right.
And
It is super interesting.
and I love that like we're still talking about stuff like that because like Sony, I wouldn't have a PS4.
Yeah.
We wouldn't have PSVR. We wouldn't have any of the 4 Sony consoles. Like it's huge, absolutely huge. It's a part of gaming history, and I don't think like how many of those things exist.
Yep. Definitely.
They're not
Here's
a lot of-
the in your chat. Here's the link to the Duck Hunt announcement if you want to.
Oh,
hear
the
it.
voice.
Yeah.
There you go. There you go. For anybody
Duck
watching live, you can click on that YouTube link and hear the Duck Hunt
Says
announcement.
Duck Hunt.
Well enunciated.
It's
He's
it's
like,
really
"Duck
funny
Hunt."
to hear. And Hob, you
Sounds
should put that
ridiculous.
as like one of the your virtual soundboard.
Oh yeah. I'll make
things.
one. I'm
Yeah.
gonna make it.
There you go.
Yeah.
Moving on. Russians, you would only depend on Russians,
Those
are
sneaky
remaking
Russians.
Terminator 2 in GTA
I
5.
saw that.
Oh, that's awesome.
It was like
Right?
a shot-for-shot remake in the GTA engine using the director mode. Eh?
Mhm. And it's all dubbed in Russian.
That's insane.
That's it. This is such a good idea.
That's insane that people do that stuff.
Oh,
Like,
absolutely.
It's insane.
It's a really good pick for. It was Terminator 2, right?
Yeah, Terminator 2.
Because there's that whole sequence in the because it's shot in L.A. and in the that underground, not underground, but like in the reservoir where all the rainwater goes. There's that big chase scene with the truck and stuff, and that's recreated in GTA. Like I'm sure there's a few other movies you could get done like that are set in L.A. that you could pull off in the GTA engine.
I love when gamers come up with stuff like this. Like fans just use the existing technology to recreate stuff that they love. Like in Fallout 4, somebody recreated all of New Vegas in Fallout 4
That's pretty cool.
as one of their settlements. Like bit for bit. Like
Wow.
it's amazing. Like
And that's-
every single building is accurate. Like he went to town on this thing.
Oh, that's really neat.
It's super,
And that's
super
the
cool.
kind of stuff that we were talking about before with like Nintendo and knocking people with IPs and stuff. It's like people want to make this. They put so much time and effort into these like projects that they just do. They just do them like they like a lot of these guys. Like I've read about like some of the people that do these things, and like they're like, yeah, I work a 9-to-5 tech job. I'm a computer like maintenance guy, like whatever. And then I come home and that's what I do the rest of the night. I like make this freaking unbelievable thing.
Yeah.
And they just do it because that's what they do. They just like to do it.
I feel like there's a better way to handle this stuff. Like instead of just like issuing takedown notices, like offer them money for it or something. Like offer to buy it off of, because they did the work, then just like or ask them to finish it and then send it off to them and then be like, yeah, you can whatever. You know? Kind of like how Nintendo was offering money, like a lot of money for people that were like finding bugs and like hardware glitches in the Switch. And if they made Nintendo aware of it, they would give them like
I didn't know that.
Sum of
I would
money.
have done that.
You know what?
I would have totally found
that makes a lot of sense because I'm assuming what they're trying to stop is the hardware exploits that let you crack the machine, because like that was within like 2 months of owning my Wii, I had found a crack for it and was just downloading games like
yeah, and you can find workarounds to fully unlock the web browser already, so you can like go and do whatever.
And they're trying to lock that down.
They're trying to lock that down. Somebody has already made.
They're trying to stop from
use
watching
of
your
their
stream.
Their Wii, or sorry, their not Wii, their Nintendo Switch, and put it into a VR headset and used it for VR to play like.
Oh yeah, I heard about
that. to play a YouTube video of Ocarina of Time.
That's pretty cool.
So it's like you can't play it, but you can play the YouTube video, VR YouTube video.
Nice.
Of Ocarina of Time. On the screen, it's like 720p, so it's crap, but it's a possibility.
Yeah.
But like, you find the exploits, you send them off to Nintendo, and Nintendo will pay you money. Like, they could do that for people creating content, fan content.
Yeah.
Instead of being like, take this down now, we're gonna fucking legally rape you.
Reggie, show me the money. Show me the money, Reggie. Show me the money.
Old Phil's a me.
Some Steam news. If you guys, anybody who's listening to this right now, go to Steam. Okay. Alan Wake is available 90% off because the music license is expiring. So it's around like $3 to $4.
It's like $4, yeah.
Yeah, for the
Alan Wake.
Yeah.
Alan,
so if
Wake
you haven't played Alan Wake, it's a great game. You gotta get it. Gotta play it. 90% off.
Wait, why are you bringing up Alan Wake?
Because it's on sale on Steam for $90.
It's always on sale.
No, but it's for $90.
Not for 90% off.
Yeah, it's been 90% off before.
No, it's 90% off right now, and they're taking it off digitally forever.
Licenses have expired.
Oh, it's gonna be gone.
Yeah, it's gonna be gone. So this is your last chance to get Alan Wake digitally. You gotta get it. It's only available. I think they're taking it down on the 15th or the 16th. So you have from the 13th to the 15th to the 16th to get.
I was pretty sure I bought Alan Wake for like $1. Like I'm pretty sure it was on a Humble Bundle for $1.
I believe it was. I mean, on a Humble Bundle.
Humble Bundles are great.
But this is the last
let's
chance.
not talk about Humble Bundle. Humble Bundle, if you want us to talk more about you, you should sponsor us.
Sponsor us, Humble Bundle. I love you guys. Come on. Definitely bought the Alan Wake Humble Bundle though. Like back in like.
Oh yeah, 100%. But like on Steam right now for like maybe 2 or 3 more days, 90% off Alan Wake. Get it, or else it's gone forever.
Also, if you guys want to play a really good game on Steam, you should play Conga Master.
Conga Master?
Just buy it. Don't even look at the price.
Done.
I'm just kidding.
I mean,
Master Conga. I already have Master
Every
Conga.
week, Nate, I'm going to come up
class.
with a game that your audience should buy on Steam. This week's game is called Conga Master.
No, get Battleborn. Anyway.
And I'm going to read the description. Here, the dance floor fills. The line gets longer. Come on down. It's time to Conga.
Oh, yes.
Oh, no.
Buy it.
I can't wait.
$9.99 on Steam.
No, DK Congo Bongo. Hoshino Kirby just said buy DK Congo Bongo.
Classic.
With the bongo drums.
That was a great little peripheral. Those bongo drums.
The bongo drums. Yeah, somebody hacked them.
Playing
and
Dark Souls.
Yeah, he beat Dark Souls playing
Okay.
the DK bongos. I
Guys,
was so
guys.
impressed.
Guys, all right, I found it. I bought Alan Wake
Okay.
on Humble Bundle May 23rd, 2013 for $3.
Yeah, there you go.
And that was the whole thing. That was Nightmare. That was
Yeah, the whole franchise.
the Alan Wake. It came with the Alan Wake the movie. It came with all this like comic book stuff and like all this weird like extra stuff. I don't know
Oh my
why.
God.
Weird.
It
Extra
came with the
stuff.
music and everything for $3. So
Like weird extra stuff,
it's-
like Rule 34. Weird extra stuff, or
like early Alan Wake demos,
Hmm.
Harry Garnett show, making of videos, writer in the cabin clips.
pornographic fan art.
It's like weird. Here, the Alan Wake sheet music.
Wow.
I have the sheet music to Alan Wake. If anybody
You're
wants
the
to
right
play.
guy to have the sheet music.
Yeah,
Sounds
maybe I'll
like-
play it when I go to grad school. I'll have everyone play Alan Wake, and they'll be like, "What? Who's Alan Wake?" And I'll be like, "Don't worry about it. It's fine."
Yeah,
A
and-
great composer. Great modern
Great modern composer.
I'll go on the. I'll announce it to the crowd, and I'll go like, and all of this music was written by the great composer Alan Wake.
Oh my God.
And people will be like, "Ooh, who's Alan Wake?" I'll be like, "Well, unfortunately, he can't be with us.
He can't be
been
with
taken
He's in
down
our-
on Steam.
He was taken down by the Steam police."
Yeah.
Speaking
Anyway.
of music, while we're on the topic of music, let's
Rip
talk
Alan
about
Wake.
rhythm gaming for a sec.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
let's.
Yeah.
Rhythm
So
gaming.
the makers of Parappa the Rapper.
Oh God, here we
No,
go.
no,
Here it
Hob.
comes.
No. I'm not talking about.
Oh, you're talking
Parappa
about
the
Major
Rapper
Minor's Majestic
remaster.
March?
I'm not talking about the relaunch on PS4. I'm talking about the makers of Parappa the Rapper and Gintaro Man,
Okay.
or Jitaro Man, are creating a new game. They
Uh-huh.
released a trailer called Rap Rabbit.
Okay.
They're releasing a new rhythm game called Rap Rabbit. You guys should check out.
Is it kind of like
the trailer.
a ukulele thing where it's the same game with new characters, basically?
No, because like ukulele doesn't hold up.
No, it doesn't.
Totally.
But you know
I
what
mean,
I mean.
it
It's like-
does for people that are fans, especially since like fans of Banjo-Kazooie funded it, kickstarted it.
Yeah.
They created a game that those people would appreciate.
Yeah.
They
The
didn't
same
create
game.
a game that was going to sell the fucking ceiling away.
No.
That's not a phrase. Either.
but my
Sell that
but
ceiling, yo.
You're telling me though that this game, the Rap Rabbit, is like a new
And they're-
aesthetic.
We're
new-
bringing back rhythm gaming.
I mean,
Oh boy.
What more is there to say after like Rock Band in rhythm gaming?
Rock Band.
Well, you guys know that there's a game in between Parappa the Rapper and this one that they
It's
made.
Guitar Man, isn't it?
It was called Major Minor's Majestic March, and it was on the Wii, and it was a marching
never heard
band
of this.
Wii game. Yes,
Well, there's also Just Dance.
it's amazing.
Ubisoft
No, but the
property.
guys from Parappa the Rapper made it.
That's true. Really?
Well, yeah.
I did not know
Yeah.
that.
It's
But yeah.
it's amazing. I have it. It's
Rap
awesome.
Rabbit, man. We're gonna do it.
All right. I got rhythm. I'll do a let's play on that shit.
I mean, so my thoughts on rhythm games for me are that they're slightly delayed and that I'm never really I have to
Satisfied.
adjust my trained brain
I have,
to
I
understand
have
that
noticed
there's
that as
there's
well as a black
a
guy.
delay.
That I feel like they're made for white people in that they're just slightly offbeat.
They're not actually on the beat. So just to be technical, they're not actually on the beat, like where there's no way for you to recognize on the beat
Yeah.
where when you're looking at something and you need to hit it on a screen
Right.
because you have to identify it and then hit it, and you're going to be slightly behind it
Yeah.
no matter what. So you're
Mhm.
actually kind of slightly behind the beat, which does not mean you're off. It's just you're behind it
Yeah.
instead of right on it.
Right
So
on
the
there's
skill
three-
doesn't necessarily translate to real life.
Not whatsoever.
Well, it just means that if you played in like with musicians, actual musicians that are used to just playing with each other,
Mhm.
you're gonna just be delayed because you're you're going to be reacting instead of just going. And it's a weird thing. And when I teach it in music classes, and the kids, their heads spin around most of the time, but it's a weird thing because there's ways to push and there's ways to pull in music, which is what people feel when they listen to music. They either feel they feel a push or they'll feel a pullback, and that's why like certain music feels laid back and some music feels a little bit more pushy. But there's a way you can play right on the beat, but that's why music games for me are tough, because I always feel uncomfortable.
I remember with like going through university playing a lot of Rock Band, and every TV, like I'd bring like my Xbox and the whole gear to like parties or whatever, and every TV I'd spend like half an hour. I was unwilling to start playing until I'd like worked out the calibration and gotten the latency right, so that like it was as close to like being able to be on the beat as possible.
Right.
Because I didn't fuck around with my Rock Band.
I'm Rock Band Pro circuit.
The best moment in college that I had with that was somebody had it in their dorm, in their apartment dorm, and there was maybe 10 of us that were all musicians in the music school.
Yeah.
And we all played Rock Band, and we were all awful at it. And we were all, we're all musicians. We all know how to play our instruments, but we all were sucking because it just wasn't the same. Yeah. The translation just didn't make sense. We're like, okay, it's rhythm, but it's like not. Yeah. It's
Did
more.
Did it make you call into question your entire life up to that point?
No, because I
Are we actually good?
I don't actually play those games. Like I stay away from those games just because it fucks me up. Like I just can't. It's like if you told like a golfer to play a golf like simulator game, and it's like, yeah, just swing the golf club, and it's like, and they swing it and it does something that it doesn't normally do. That to me would just throw me off, and it's like just better to stay away. Yeah, it's like it's not going to be the same thing, and it's not that I'm better than anyone else. It's just not. It's uncomfortable. I'm gonna just feel uncomfortable. Oh, there's Major Minors Majestic March trailer in your Discord or in your chat.
Nice. Check that out.
So if you guys are watching live on Twitch, click that link for the Major Minors Majestic March.
This trailer. Is the game that they made after Parappa the Rapper 2 or whatever. After all that stuff, this was like their next thing. It came out in 2009, and it's just watch it. It's worth it. It's worth it.
One of my favorites was Elite Beat Agents on the Nintendo DS. That game was great. So good.
I had a ton of fun with that.
Rhythm gaming. I mean, I was never like a huge rhythm gamer, especially when it comes to streaming or YouTube, because you don't have to worry about the game publishers like issuing you copyright claims necessarily, but it's the individual songs, music that like the studios and the license holders will wreck you 100% of the time. You're dealing with like two different industries there. So like CG Thornton, who was a huge streamer, she was like huge in rhythm gaming, and she was no longer allowed to
it took her page down or whatever. Like,
well, she was I think she streams now, but like she doesn't record because if you're streaming it, you're a little bit safer, I think. But
yeah, you can get
she was
away with
also
more
on
streaming.
that show, with that show where it was like Rock'em Sock'em Robots basically, but like IRL.
But Robot Wars?
No, it was like shit. I can't remember what it was. Also, like George Lucas's daughter was a contestant in it as well.
What are you talking about?
There was like this
show.
It's a
real thing?
Yeah, there was like George Lucas's daughter was on a team, and then like it was like
American Gladiators.
People like CG Thornton, gamer, George Lucas's daughter, and then like a bunch of other
Legend
people
of the Hidden Temple
paired up with like engineers and like techie people, and like car peeps, and so like there was the gamer or the person like controlling the upper body, and like moving the robot, and they'd like fight, and they were all hydraulic based, so they're super powerful and shit.
I've never heard of this, but it sounds like a great show.
It was hosted by.
It was called Robot Combat League.
Robot Combat League. That's the
you're
one.
welcome.
That was such a great show. It was
I'm the
hosted
king.
by Chris Jericho.
Who-
The prince of the WWE.
a television show on Sci-Fi. It was
Yeah.
robot fighting competitions. The series was hosted by Chris Jericho. Premiered in 2013,
Yeah, great show.
and it was
It was basically the real life version of that movie
with
Hugh Jackman.
Hugh Jackman, yeah.
Yeah. It was basically the exact same thing, but came out way earlier.
yeah.
And it was so much fun to watch. I don't exactly remember who finished it though.
wait. George Lucas's daughter is an MMA fighter.
Yeah, she's also an MMA fighter. I forgot about that.
Really?
Holy
Yeah,
cow.
George Lucas's daughter is an MMA fighter.
Did not know
Really?
Yeah, man.
That's nuts.
Yeah, I
for her.
completely forgot about that.
that. Choke you out if you mention Anakin.
She'll
And George
she'll
Lucas
kick your
showed
butt.
up to like give her a pep talk before one of the competitions.
Oh,
listen
he was
here,
great.
sweetie.
Yeah, he was like- yeah,
remember
he's
that.
fucking
That was so
Yoda
great.
shit.
Just distract him with a long-eared, annoying piece of shit.
Just think like a Wookiee.
Yeah.
Oh
That was
my
like
God.
Kermit the Frog here.
He says to her, he's like, may the force be with. She's like, shut the fuck
Shut
up
up,
with that. Get the hell out of here with your friggin' Star Wars shit. She like hates.
My whole
she,
life
like,
I've been
hates
dealing with this
Star
shit.
Wars. She hates like sci-fi.
Yeah.
She's like super not into it. Like he's trying to
She's
be
like
all
an
like
anti-Star Wars skinhead now.
He's like, honey, I thought did you want your drone little pin? She's like, shut up, Dad. I hate you, and I hate everything you were never in my life. You're always just making Star Wars.
You're always
like,
just
has a
making this
friggin'
Star
vendetta.
Wars.
Oh my God. Fucking Amanda Lucas.
There you go.
Welcome to the podcast.
Maybe we should dedicate
There's
the
no
show to her.
picture of her though. What does she look like?
She
I want to
looks-
see what George Lucas's daughter like.
Just
Does she
Google
look
it or
like George
something.
Lucas?
I really hope it's like George Lucas with breath.
She looks like an
I know,
MMA.
that's-
She looks
I
like a blonde
wanna see.
MMA fighter, just like that.
She would kick my ass.
Yeah.
Oh my
She
God.
would just like tomahawk punch the shit out
Holy
of you.
cow. Her freaking bicep is like, she would knock me out.
Yeah.
Literally just like by like just, she would just move her hand like an inch and I would just be dead.
All right, we're gonna move on to like some actual
Oh,
gaming
there
news.
they are. Her and George
So
Lucas.
we're gonna talk. Oh, so this might be the end of the Hitman series, the Hitman franchise as a whole.
Really?
Square Enix is selling off IO Interactive, the studio that made the Hitman series. So
Rip.
I mean, it may not be the end for the Hitman series as a whole, but whoever buys it up might either kill it off or create something new. But it's gonna be a while until we actually get a new Hitman
But
game.
that's too bad. The most recent Hitman game, the episodically released one,
Yeah.
was so good.
Really, I never played it.
Oh, it's so great. Well worth picking up.
Really?
It's like the areas are really lush and full of interesting places to go. You can get through the world in so many interesting ways.
like a Horizon Zero Dawn like Hitman.
I mean, no, not quite. but
What?
there's just so
It's
much
Hitman.
to do, and it kind of is goes back a little more to like the classic setup of like it's a mission, and there's like
Lots of
20
costumes.
all kinds of costumes you can sneak into, and there's like 25 30 ways to like beat the mission itself.
I like
And
that.
there was actually a really great I think it was like a guy running a website that's like it's like Hitman Randomizer or something, and the
Take 'em
idea is
down.
you tell it what
Take 'em
mission you
down.
want to play,
Yeah.
and it tells you like, because on every mission there's like 1 or 2 targets,
Right.
and it tells you, all right, so target 1 you have to kill wearing this costume with this object.
Oh, that's
Costume 2,
cool.
you got target 2 you have to kill with this. So it's like it sets up extra challenges for you. It really extends the life of the game. I thought it was such a great game, well worth picking up and playing. In fact, really cool and really fun.
So they release it episodically, kind of
Yeah.
like the Telltale game series.
Kind of,
like,
yeah, kind of exactly like that.
Or for
like the first
the
when
Final
you
Fantasy
when
VII
you
remake.
bought it up front, you get I think like the tutorial and intro mission.
Right.
And then it was monthly after that they were releasing stuff, and then even after they released all the missions, they continued to release like just like small little content packs. Like there would be one NPC on the map all of a sudden that was new, who was like a special target for that week only, and you can get like extra points for your career mode.
I want it now.
It was really sick, man. It was really
Well,
sick.
Nate,
What?
if you did put it on your wish list on Steam.
It's on my wish list.
So if anybody wants to buy it for Nate, it's there.
Yeah, man.
Hobbs
Right
is just
there.
like going through my Steam wish list.
I looked it up, dude. I'm stealth over here. You guys don't know what I'm doing. I'm in the command center. I know
You're
what
running
robot. I know Amanda Lucas now. I know Robot Combat War.
Knows
I
my
know-
Steam wish list inside
I
and
know your
out.
Steam wish list, your passwords, your logins, your credit card numbers.
Oh,
What?
also speaking of Steam,
I said too much.
they leaked the dates for the Steam Summer Sale, so get your wallets ready.
Woo!
The Steam Summer Sale is starting June 22nd and running until July 5th.
Okay, so I got a month to save up.
They're not. They're okay. So
What? A month?
I'm gonna.
May.
I'm gonna say. I used to be excited about Steam sales. I'm not anymore because they changed them completely. They used to be more fun and now they're not.
Sorry, what are you saying, Hop?
I said the Steam sale
Yeah.
used to be a lot of fun,
Yeah.
and it used to be a daily thing, and
Yeah.
every day you used to be like, "Oh, cool, what's going to be on sale today?"
No, they're just
But now they just go, "Everything's on sale,"
Yeah.
and your head just goes, and you don't even know what to buy.
so does
And
your bank
honestly, I
account
don't buy
balance.
anything anymore because it's just like I have too much shit, and it's just like I hit that Steam wall
Yeah.
where I said I think I have enough games where I don't need any more.
Except
And I'm
Alan Wake,
done.
because it's 90% off right now and it's disappeared.
It was
digitally
$3
forever, so go
in
buy that.
2014 when I bought it. It was for when did I buy it? 2013.
Yeah.
2013. It's
so
honestly, if you buy it now, if your audience buys it now, they're wasting their money because
How?
they
It's
because
they
gonna
they
don't
could have
have it
bought
yet.
it.
forever.
They could have bought it for $3 4 years ago
Now they
and
can just
been
buy it
done
for
with
$3
it
now.
and use the $4 they have now to do something else. or
No, but
$3.
it's $4 for the full franchise pack.
I think that's kind of a.
Dude.
You're
I-
spending $4 either way.
But and also
Inflation.
I'm speaking $4 Canadian.
Oh, that exchange rate, bud.
Yeah.
Dude, it doesn't. No, it doesn't.
that
it
exchange
doesn't-
rate, but
It's. Does that mean if I go on Steam when I'm in Montreal, I'm gonna get the Canadian prices?
Yes.
yeah, you are.
That's right.
And then it's gonna give me. But then when I buy it with American credit cards, it's gonna be cheaper.
If you go through
Yeah,
your PayPal,
probably.
it will end up being
yeah.
cheaper. Yeah.
Yeah, you
Oh,
get the
yeah.
best out of that deal. Don't worry, your
Woo-wee.
economy's gonna tank anytime.
Or
now.
yeah, or if
But
you
you
buy
know
it
what?
through like
I will be done
Humble
with grad
Bundle
school
or
by the
Green
time that
Man.
happens, and
Yeah.
then my loans will default, and I won't owe anything.
You're making the right move coming to Canada at this
Yeah.
point.
Yeah,
But,
pick the right time. I'm gonna clean up on games.
But
I'm
if
gonna be
you
like, ooh, this
if you
one's
have
cheap
American
and that one's
dollars,
cheap. What's that?
if you have American dollars and you're and you want to pay a cheaper price, if you want to pay the American prices, because most games are cheaper in the U.S. because new game price in Canada is higher than it is in the States.
Right. So they do. Yeah, it is inflated.
Yeah, well, it's not just exchange, but it's also like higher because new game price is actually higher
Yeah.
in
Right.
Canada than it
It's
is
like
in the
80,
States.
80,
Yeah,
80
79 is the
Canadian.
standard.
Yeah, no, it's 89 I think now.
What?
increased.
There's no way. I think 79. Like that. When
Or
I
some-
look
yeah.
on PS4s. or
But wait,
the
is that
PlayStation Store.
for new titles or is that
For
for
brand
like
new titles.
so like a game like Alan, like how much is Alan Wake Canadian right now on the Steam? On the Steam store?
$3.95? I think it's at.
3 something, and then for the franchise pack it's like $4.60.
Okay, hang on. Let me see how
But
much.
for
it
like
is.
new game price, so like when I
So
went
wait,
to buy,
so it's $4.60 Canadian because it's $4 here. 'Cause
sure.
It's $4 American.
for
and it's
what
$4.60
the franchise
Canadian?
pack or the
Yeah,
the
for the
standalone
franchise
game?
pack. Yeah, franchise
Yeah.
pack.
Yeah, that makes sense. So
But
$5.
for like brand new game, I'm talking.
So it's a little bit cheaper for me to buy it in Canada.
For a brand new game though, if you're gonna buy a brand new game and you have American dollars, it's better to go to like Green Man or one of those sites because you are paying American dollars regardless, and you don't want so like it's cheaper for me to go on a third party site and buy it from them in American dollars than it is for me to buy it in Canadian.
Right, I gotcha.
Which is how I picked up Prey. I ended up picking it up on Green Man instead of buying it through Steam.
Interesting.
Pro tip for Canadians.
Pro tip for new Canadians like myself.
Yeah. Assassin's Creed Origins screenshot leaked.
Oh boy.
Right? It looks like it's going to be in ancient Egypt. And apparently they're going to be changing up a bunch of stuff, a bunch of game mechanics, new world design.
It's going to be a first-person shooter.
No, but I also think they're going people are speculating that it's going to have you're going to be playing different people through the ages instead of just playing through one time in ancient Egypt. Good idea.
Well, they kind of did that with the last one. There were two different characters, weren't there?
It was a brother and sister,
but in both in London though,
or lovers or something. Yeah, in Syndicate.
Lovers. I think they're brother and sister.
Yeah, but yeah, I like that. Like, so I used to be
whatever,
a huge
whatever
Assassin's
works
Creed
for them.
I just like the rich history that you learn while playing the game.
Yeah, there was a lot of
cool
cool
as
stuff.
like where in the world is Carmen Sandiego?
I like they make the same the game is the same game every year. You're jumping off of tall things and stabbing people in the spinal column. Like it's the same game.
Yeah, but there's one really cool thing about the screenshot leak. The mission that is like from the screenshot is assassinate the crocodile.
Okay.
Which is weird.
I'll kill a crocodile. I don't give a shit.
So actually,
Pete is going to be all over this.
Actually, funny story about crocodiles in Assassin's Creed. I played Black Flag for a couple of minutes a while ago, and I was in the water, and a crocodile came up, and usually you go into an animation,
right?
But I was too freaked that I turned around and I pulled my gun out and I shot it. And it froze in the air because the game didn't know how to handle the fact that I shot my gun at it, and it was making this really high pitched pinging noise the entire time. And I still don't know why. And I've looked on the internet to try to find, and I recorded it, but it was on someone else's PS4.
Oh, that's the worst.
But it was literally.
Wait, did you
like
download it to
frozen.
USB?
No, it's gone. It's gone. Yeah, but it happened. I swear to God, it happened.
Pixar didn't happen.
Oh, I'm gonna find it on the internet. I'm gonna look for the rest of the day and see if I can find
calling you out.
But like, yeah, it was the funniest thing ever because it didn't go in the cutscene. It didn't go into the what does it do? The button animation, the QuickTime event.
Yeah, right.
And it just fucking had its mouth open, and it was like, ping! It was the weirdest thing in the world.
Super
and I broke Assassin's Creed Black Flag.
Nice.
So
well, I mean,
so I'll kill a
you're
crocodile.
good at that.
It must be fun.
Hobbs really good at breaking games.
I'm amazing at breaking games.
Oh,
yeah.
My favorite
I
part
should be
of
a
Black
playtester.
Flag was when like you'd go to where your ship was supposed to be, and there'd just be a big like hole in the ocean. And
Yeah,
then it
I
would,
remember
like,
seeing
come
that.
up from out.
Oh yeah.
That was the greatest thing in the world.
But speaking of Hob breaking games, my favorite game that Hob has ever broken was Dead Island.
Oh yeah.
Dead Island Riptide.
Well, that game broke itself. I didn't.
It was
do
Riptide. But
yeah, Dead Island Riptide. I'll put a link.
So Dead Island 2 apparently is still alive. They've reported this week that Dead Island is still alive. There's still a player base for it. I just wanted to mention this because I knew that how much you love Dead Island.
Fucking hate that fucking franchise. It's the stupidest franchise ever. Wait, did they actually release Dead Island 2?
No. They're just like they kind of stopped releasing updates.
Wait, but Dead Island 2, I thought Dead Island 2 was supposed to come out.
Right. So like they're just like,
when was that? When did that
live.
when was that E3 trailer? Wasn't that like 3 years ago? The guy running on the sidewalk and he's jogging and then all of a sudden he turns into a zombie?
Yeah, but they're basically saying that it's not dead yet.
Yeah, well.
It's still in the works. It's still in development.
Did you guys play Dying Light when that was out?
Dying Light was amazing.
Dying Light
the ending
fucking
sucks.
amazing.
I still haven't played it yet.
It's so good.
Okay, yeah. Well, it's great. It's a great game, but it's not it's Dead Island and that game are like eons apart.
Yeah.
But But
Sorry,
Dead
I meant
Island,
developer
man,
base, not player base.
that's Dead Island Riptide. If everyone wants to watch it, it's an hour.
Yeah.
If you have an hour, it's 53 minutes. If you have 53 minutes of your life that you don't want to have back,
Hobbs Dead Island,
you should watch that video.
Riptide playthrough on YouTube is one of my favorite YouTube videos of all time.
All right.
So go to Hob4Apples on YouTube and watch
Someone
that.
wrote on the comment, okay, those bugs are really the shit, but it's funny to watch. By the way, I found this on Steam. I put this video on Steam and I said, this game is piece of garbage. And holy crap, did people go absolutely bananas on the forum. It was like a fight for my life. People were like, oh, it's your rig. Oh, your rig sucks. It's your rig. Oh, your rig. Oh, your graphics card is terrible. And then one day it was just gone. They took it away.
Yeah.
They fucking took that shit down. And it was like, I went like, oh my God, I just did something.
You did it, man.
I did it. I got them to
You made
fucking
it.
take it down because they were so freaked out by the fucking backlash of fighting that people were like, there are people on my side. There are people, people were fighting me, saying it's my graphics card. People were fighting those guys back, defending me, saying that it wasn't me, that he's right, it's broken, and there's so many bugs, and the game's a piece of crap. And then people were like literally fighting each other. It was amazing. So yes, play Dead Island or watch that video because it is literally ridiculous. Some of the shit I found in that game.
To it.
Holy cow! That game. Dead
one of-
Island 2 is dead. Forget it.
No, it's not
Don't
dead. 2
even
days ago.
buy it.
2 days
Forget
ago,
them.
they have said that the game isn't dead yet. It's still in development.
Yeah. Okay.
We'll see.
Okay.
We'll
When
see
was
if
the
it hits it.
E3? When was the E3 trailer?
It was like
Does
2
anybody
years ago?
remember?
Fucking.
It was either 2 years
I don't
ago
know.
or 3 years ago.
The only good thing about the original Dead Island was their reveal trailer. That reveal trailer back in the day was so good.
Yeah. Now you get to
It
play it on
was-
another island.
The Dead Island 2 trailer was 2016. No way.
You know what?
Was that recent?
You know what, Hob? I blame
Oh,
you.
wait.
Though.
Wait, hang on. No,
I
that's
blame
the
you
Dead
for
Island.
the delayed release. Because
That was-
the Riptide video probably made them rethink
Had them shaking in their boots?
everything about Dead Island.
So do you guys know like the rest of that story?
No.
I actually called the publisher
Oh.
on the telephone and talked to somebody in the company, and I literally was like, your game is broken. It's a piece of crap. And the guy was like, well, me and my friends have played it. We've had multiple multiplayer sessions together, and we had no problems. I was like, are you sure you played the same game I did? Because I said, oh, so you mean the same game where I couldn't see my friends because they were invisible, but then I would literally see the engine prop go from one side of the map to the other because my friend carried it, and then when he dropped it, it would appear to the other side of the map.
Hobbs really
even though
good
it
at
wasn't
winning
there.
friends in the development industry.
Yeah.
Oh my god! And I recorded the whole thing. I have it somewhere probably. And I actually got Amazon, so I bought it on Amazon. I called Amazon and tried to get them to pull it from the Amazon store. I was nuts. I was
He was
freaking
mad.
That's some
Yeah.
enragement there.
I was so fucking nuts with that. I was so angry that this fucking company, would put this game out and not Riptide. This was for Riptide, not for the first one. Dead
Right.
Island, I played the first one. It was fucking buggy as shit, but at least it was okay.
Yeah.
It
I
was
wasn't
still
even
fun.
that mad yesterday when Mama's Pizza screwed up my pizza order during my stream.
Oh yeah.
I asked specifically because like one of the guests was a vegetarian, and so I asked, and she wanted pineapple and onion on one, and we were getting pepperoni and bacon on the other, and they put the pineapple and the bacon together and the pepperoni and the onion together and sent them over.
Monster.
Whoops.
And then when I called, they refused to take responsibility for their screw up and only were willing to give me 50% of my money back.
Ugh.
Yeah. It was ridiculous.
Well, don't order
but
pizza there.
Oh, so just FYI about this kind of stuff. if you're not satisfied with something,
Go to Twitter.
always fucking go and call and be pissed
Say
off.
something.
Because I got tires on my car. I got a flat tire, and I drive a Subaru, which is all-wheel drive, so all the tires usually have to be equal. And so they made me buy 4 new tires at the store, which they shouldn't have. And then I had what's it called on it, like insurance on the tires.
Right.
But they only gave me insurance on the tire that was flat.
Oh.
And I went, and I was so angry that day that I didn't fight anybody at the store. I called their corporate office. I swear to you guys, like less than 5 minutes after I called their office, the store called me and said, "What can we do for you?" And they were literally willing to give me the tires for almost free. I pretty much got them for free. They gave me the warranty for free. They took off the balancing for free. I basically paid like $250 for 4 brand new tires, which is insanity.
Yeah.
All because I called up. I made 1 phone call. So
Yeah,
always make phone calls. Always.
You're very right.
Fight.
I always try that,
Fight.
and then if they start being like, no, there's
Go
nothing
to the
that we
man-
can do,
next
there's
person
nothing that
up.
we can do, then
Next person.
and like I'm probably gonna get a lot of shit for this, but I always go to Twitter. I will always tweet about that company.
Twitter works.
And because like if they're not willing to help me, then I will slag them off on social media, and then
they do not want that bad publicity.
Immediately, I'll get a DM and being like, "Hi, customer service. How can we remedy the situation? Can you please delete that tweet?"
It's literally the only thing I use Twitter for anymore. Like if you go to my Twitter feed, it's all it is me complaining about the most recent company that's pissed me off.
My personal Twitter is that, and me like posting really weird shit about myself. Like I have this thing called oversharing with Nate, where I just talk about where I just like reveal things that you never ever wanted to know about me, and it's a lot of fun to do. What?
I don't want to know your deep, dark, secret holes.
It's a very specific thing.
So we have
one
more
that's
major
probably
item.
what he talks about. That's why I don't want to know about it. Whatever you do with your holes, man, that's your thing. It's not my thing.
Yuck.
By the way, Dead Island was premiered in E3 2013.
Dead Island 2?
What's that?
Dead Island 2.
Dead Island 2,
Yeah.
2013.
It's still not out yet, eh?
Dead.
No, it's not.
It's done. Put it in the backyard, and I'll bury it in the hole.
They said the same thing about StarCraft 2. Anyway,
right, well, not happening.
But
when Dead Island 2 comes out, I'll make sure to buy everybody a copy of it. All right.
Looking forward to it.
Dope, sweet. Copies on Hob.
Copies on me.
So there's one more major thing on that, like in gaming news in the previous week. Anybody who's a fan of Rainbow Six Siege, Ubisoft is not pulling support.
Oh, it is bad news.
Yeah,
They're not pulling support, but they're pushing the road because they did release a roadmap for like fully supported DLC and everything, but they're just pushing that roadmap into the future a little bit more, delaying that roadmap and pushing reallocating resources to improve the core game, like fixing stuff in the game that people are complaining about because they realize that they have not just a very large core gamer base, but a growing player base, and so they want to improve the core game before releasing the additional DLC. So some people are happy about this, some people are not. There's a lot of people streaming it who are not happy with it, but at the same time, if it's going to increase the audience, if it's going to increase the player base,
I thought it was like quite successful. Like I thought it was still
it was the comeback game of the year.
Yeah,
it launched poorly, but it was the most improved player of the 2016 season.
Good for them.
2016.
Yeah, and
good for them.
I think that's a good thing. I think I don't disagree with the idea that they're what they're going for, Ubisoft. I think it's important to improve on the core game, especially if there's known bugs that keep happening. Like Hob, you and I can attest to, like, you know, you can use bugs to your advantage. You can use bugs to cheese and like exploit.
What are you trying to say, Nate?
Like in Destiny.
Nate, what are you trying to say?
I'm talking about in Destiny.
You
know, in
talking?
raids.
You're saying I cheese games?
I'm saying.
I'm an honest gamer.
I did a lot of cheesing when I.
But
played
if I
Destiny.
can go through an invisible wall, damn it, I'm going through it.
Yeah,
it's not
that's
my
fair.
fault. It's there.
You know, in
your
raids
fault.
and
Fix
little
it.
exploits and stuff like that, you know, and it's important for them in order to create a competitive market in a competitive game like Rainbow Six Siege. They're going to have to fix those bugs.
Yeah.
You know, if they want to create a good, solid competitive market for that game, they have to fix those bugs.
Here's my thing though. Does it have like a guerrilla scientist or a Russian lady with bubbles and a laser?
Yikes! I know where he's going.
I don't know where
It's
you're
not
going.
Here's
Overwatch.
the
I'm
thing.
not gonna play it because it's not Overwatch. That's what I'm
Here's
saying.
the thing.
Oh,
Here's
boo.
the thing about. Here's the thing. I knew where it was. I was okay with it. Here's the thing about it. If you like the game, right, and something happens with the game, and you don't like it, go on Reddit, go on Twitter, go on the forums, fucking rage. And fucking go to
rage?
town and fucking
No.
make a statement and
You
make
don't
them
have to
know that's
rage.
bothering them.
You can communicate to them without raging.
No, I mean like make a buzz. You don't have to like be aggressive about it. Like
Yeah.
I'm saying,
Say
like
something.
make a
Just-
statement.
Yeah,
Go
make
up
a
and go
video,
up and
make
do
it known,
something.
but you don't have to slag them off.
No, I'm just saying like you gotta really shake the tree
Yeah.
if it really bothers you and that's a game. Like if Chris knows, if Overwatch, something happened in Overwatch that was like egregious to most people,
Yeah, like it existing.
we would oh, stop it. This battle. Oh, Chris, I saw Battleborn for like $5 American. I'll pick you up a copy.
Yes.
We can play it sometime.
I love me some Wrath.
I see like it was a little too expensive. I didn't think $5. It was not in my range.
Yeah.
I'm more of like $1.99 bin would have been great. But anyway, no, but it's like,
you know what? I gotta give it to Battleborn. It was super fun. Overwatch is
no,
better.
I never played it, but I know Nate did, and I just want to
no,
mess
but
with
that's
him every day.
that's my issue. They're not comparable.
No, they're different games.
They're different
No,
games.
I'm just kidding.
One's a MOBA, the other one's a hero shooter.
But
can't-
the thing about any game, anything that you like any kind of these server-based games,
Yeah.
you have to, if you're pissed off about something that's going on, you have to say something.
Yeah,
If
these
you don't
kinds of
say
games,
anything,
They live and die on the community, right? Like,
yes,
Totally.
exactly.
Is the community with the change you've made or not? Like, that's gonna dictate whether or not you keep going with it.
Exactly. And if everybody drops out and everyone says, well, we're not dealing with this crap,
Yeah.
then they're gonna be like, wait, whoa. All right, maybe we went a bit too far. So it's like, and that happens on Overwatch with the PTR. So because they have a playtest region that people can go in, they bring the character in, they mess with the character before it comes out in the live game. And like the best example I have is like the Zenyatta being able to orb through shields.
Yeah. It was like 2
They
days or something.
immediately were like, okay, we're not putting that in the real game. Like, because it was like
so overpowered.
people were so pissed about it, and they're like, okay, we're just kidding, we're not doing it. And apparently, I just read an article like just before I came on the podcast that they accidentally buffed Farah by accident.
Oh,
So
really?
something happened somewhere where they like buffed her and they didn't really mean to, and so I don't know what's going on. I didn't really read into it, but so like, you know, they don't really. Overwatch has kind of been a very interesting game to watch them do changes and see how the community reacts, because they're very, very close to their community.
Yeah, like
And
the
it
amount
moves
that,
with the community.
the amount that the game director Jeff Kaplan, like the amount you see him on the forums like responding to specific
insane.
questions and stuff. He's there. It's
Kind of nuts.
It means a lot to the gamers though, right? It means a lot to people when they
Right.
Oh yeah, when the developers
they reach out and they're saying, "Here's how I feel about this," and the developers, like, whether they agree with you or not,
Yeah.
the fact that they're saying we're listening to you,
Yeah.
I think matters a lot to
it's
the
important to
community.
be heard. And like as a Battleborn player, Like, you can complain about all this shit all you want, and then they're just like, yeah, we hear you, and then like they release like a stream talking about the changes, and you're just like, you didn't fucking hear us.
Yeah.
Like, they'll just like nerf and buff whoever the fuck they want, regardless of what the complaints are. And I think
that doesn't keep the community, that doesn't keep a good dialogue with your community and your and the game and that kind of game. Memes.
And that's, you know what, and like Kaplan talks about that too, how there's kind of two metrics that he pays attention to, which is like the actual strength and balance of the characters and the perceived strength and balance of the characters, because both are important when you're messing with the balance, you know.
Of course.
Like when you're adding nerfs and buffs and stuff, like there's going to be an actual result that's the statistics show, like this character's win rate is now 98% or something when it was 60% before. You know, the numbers will tell you one thing, and then the way your community reacts is going to tell you something different, you know, and you have to be able to kind of skirt the line between those two things.
But it's also like strategically nerfing and buffing, you know, like you can't just go in a massive update, like nerf and buff everybody and expect everything to be balanced. No, you do them one at a time and find a balance. And one of the problems is, like, when Battleborn was nerfing and buffing, they would do like 10 to 15 to 20 out of 30 characters at a time per update, and it was just
too much,
a mess, because you can't find balance when everything is changing.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Anyway, Rainbow Six Siege, though, eh?
But yeah, Rainbow Six Siege.
It looks fun whenever I watch, like I see anybody playing it. Or
it's a lot of fun.
It looks fun, but it's just one of those games where I just go like, I actually said this last night after I played a game of PUBG. I went, that's it. I'm good. I'm gonna play Overwatch and PUBG, and that's it.
You got
I'm done.
Gaming you need.
I got nothing else to play. Like I have limited time to play, and when I'm going to play, it's going to be those two games, and then like whatever single player esque kind of, like I'm slowly getting back into The Witcher 3, and I'm like kind of enjoying it.
When it comes to Siege, though, I think Siege is kind of like Payday 2, in that it's really only fun if you have other people to play it with. If you don't, it's not. And one of my problems is, like, when I built my PC and I like bought all the individual parts, a lot of the parts came with like a bunch of free games, or you had the choice between this game or that game or whatever. And I think it was my CPU came with a choice between Rainbow Six Siege and Askred Syndicate. And so I chose Syndicate because everybody that I played with, everybody that I played Siege with, I played on the demo, or when I had the hard copy version of it, and I was playing on console. I was playing on the PS4. So I had absolutely nobody to play with on PC. And that was the like deciding factor.
Yeah.
If I knew Hob played Siege on PC, I would buy Siege probably.
Well, yeah. Well, that's exactly what happened with Overwatch.
Yeah.
I played the beta. I liked it, but I didn't buy it when it came out. But a couple of people that I, like I have kind of like a small core of people that I play games with in general on the PC, and they were like, "Oh, we all bought Overwatch," and I was like, "Yeah, I'm not gonna buy it." And they were like, "Come on, you should get it. It's fun." And then finally, I was like, "All right, I'll play it." And then it was really more of that. And then when I started playing it, it was more the community playing it. Totally. And then it kind of, and that's what's funny, Nate, when you say like, I rag on Battleborn. It's not, I'm just, first of all, I'm kidding. I don't really, it's like people like whatever they like.
Yeah.
But it's more I didn't even know what Overwatch was. Like, I didn't really know. Wasn't like, oh, this is the greatest game ever and everyone should play it. It was more like, I'm just playing it.
Yeah.
Right.
And it turned into this fucking thing. Like, and I'm in it now. Like, I'm fully immersed into this, like, year one Overwatch. I was a year one Overwatch player, and I kind of saw the entire year and how this game evolved from this little thing to now this, like, it's like cosplay and art and porn, and it's like ridiculous. Like, this thing is like a monster. Like,
it's an entertainment monster. You're totally right. Like,
it's crazy. So like, but it's all based on the community.
It has
It's
like Pokemon
know?
level appeal in terms of how insanely
It-
popular
yeah.
it is.
And it looks like a Pixar game. Like the design is so great. Every character has such a good silhouette. Like,
Am I the only person that just doesn't like it?
yeah.
I think so,
I feel
Nate.
like I'm literally the only person on the planet that doesn't like
Man,
Overwatch.
you just gotta like the first time you and a buddy put a wombo combo together, like drop a
Wombo.
graviton surge, fucking Pharah ults on top of it. Like my dick has never been harder.
I give it another chance every time there's a free weekend, and I still don't get it.
Too bad. I'm sorry for you.
No, it's just one of those games where it's a here. So you can play the game in two ways. You could take it very serious, or you could have so much fun with it.
Yeah.
And that's what I think I love about the game, is that I can turn those switches on and off constantly with going like, okay, I play comp and I'm very serious and I want to win, and I get really pissed and I get pissed at everybody when they don't do the right things. But then I'll play with my group, and we'll play like some funny combo and no limits, or we'll play mystery heroes, and we'll all be cracking up because like I'm a character I never play, and it's like goofy and I don't know what I'm doing, and like I get a kill with like May, and I'm like laughing hysterically because I don't even know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
And I played the game for like 200 hours and I still don't know what I'm doing in some situations.
I think one of the things that doesn't do it for me is the fact that like you're not committed to any individual character after choosing it. I hate that. I absolutely can't stand it.
See, that's a big part of the game.
It takes strategy away from it.
Oh, you're wrong. It adds strategy, because then if someone's countering you, like if you're playing a Pharah and somebody's like crushing you with Soldier, like, and you can't get past it, you swap to the thing that counters them, and then all of a sudden the whole game shifts. Like it's part of the strategy is character
Absolutely.
swapping.
I wish there was just like a draft system where you could like either choose
like
or
League
ban, like in League, like in a MOBA, where like you see the first character that the opposing team chooses, you choose a team, one team bans, the other team bans, then they like choose and ban and choose and ban, and then that creates a strategy. That's super interesting because then there's like a match long strategy.
Okay, but here's Nate, but here's where that works. That I could see that being something, but here's why that's different in Overwatch, because you can be feeling like you have the advantage, and then all of a sudden somebody switches to something that you didn't even expect, and now it's flipped, and instead of you feeling like, oh, we're just gonna get rolled through on this in this game, it actually takes it and pushes the balance to more 50-50. So it's constantly a 50-50 thing. So it's more about skill than it is about comp. So eventually your skill has to be good enough.
But isn't there multiple ways to play any individual character?
Sure.
Like,
I mean, it depends on how you play the character compared to what your comp is. So it has to. So certain characters are better working with other characters. Like Mercy can grab onto Pharah and fly in the air. Like that's a huge advantage for a Mercy to be able to fly in the air. But if you don't have a Pharah, you can't do that. So there's a lot of different ways that you can go about trying to win a game.
Like I hear what you're saying with the like draft ban system, like that becomes part of the character selection strategy. But I like that Blizzard went the way they did with it. I think a big part of it too is about player empowerment, because there's going to be some people who are like, this is my one character, this is the only thing I like to play, and if somebody bans my favorite character and I don't get to play it, then what the fuck's the point? I don't want to play this. That's basically the idea.
Yeah,
is that
but
anybody
at that
you can
point
pick,
you're a butthurt little shit.
No, you're like sure, but I think what they're trying to do is empower anyone who's playing their game, regardless of age or whatever, to be able to pick the character they want to play.
I don't like that. Like
I don't think we're ever going to convince him, man.
No, that teaches a certain level of immaturity. If somebody chooses a character that you want or bans a character that you want, then you have to adapt. That's the world that we live in.
Yeah, I mean the thing is the in the game. It's
people
the
do
same
that
thing.
anyway, Nate. They'll pick a character and you're fucked. You're never gonna get that character in that round anyway.
So you have to adjust by
So
switching.
you have to figure
Can
out
you have
something
multiples
else.
of a single character on
Nah,
a team?
not anymore. Originally you could.
Not in competitive or not in like the regular the normal game.
Okay, so that's okay, but I still want a banned draft system. If they introduce that, I'm on board.
Interesting, man. It'd be an
well,
interesting.
write to
like,
Jeff
mode.
Kaplan in the forum, dude.
Yeah,
He might
get
respond
involved.
to you.
Join
I'm
the
serious.
community.
Involved. No, it begins.
Nate, you should go on the Overwatch forum and literally write that to Jeff Kaplan. Go.
Yeah.
You should write, "Dear Jeff Kaplan, I don't get it. Explain." And see what he writes back to you. He might
will.
write you a response.
He totally
I'm not
will.
even kidding, dude. He's
No. I want him to
involved.
explain in person. I want us to go grab a beer. Then I will and if he can explain it to me and convince me, I will stream it exclusively.
Oh shit.
And if anything, I'm coming with you because I'm going to tell him. I'm going to look him right in the eye.
Oh.
I'm going to go, "You son of a bitch.
You son of a bitch.
If you don't lower Widowmaker's freaking hook time to less than freaking 14 seconds.
It's so long.
Oh my God, I'm going to strangle you, Jeff.
Okay, enough of
Give me a break.
I just want to say one thing. Somebody on the chat is mentioning stick with the fucking payload. That's a good rule if you're playing Overwatch. Stick with the fucking payload.
Yeah, I'm gonna end the Overwatch circle jerk here.
Okay, fair enough.
And
You gotta believe, Nate.
random
Lucio
change.
says, you gotta believe.
Gotta believe.
Fuck.
Gotta believe.
Random Payday 2 news. All new DLC profits are paying for H3 Productions legal fees. They're getting sued by, I think, the Fine Bros. For
Doing a reaction
for
video?
the reaction video stuff.
Oh boy. 'Cause
I
own that
fucking
shit.
hate the Fine Bros.
I own the word
They can
reaction.
suck a
What do
bag
you
of
own?
dicks. Those weird fucking troll babies. And to close out, the last 3 items are Maradona and Konami came to terms with the Pro Evolution Soccer debacle. Maradona is no longer mad at Konami. Konami, I'm assuming, paid out a whole bunch of money to Maradona so that he can afford more
Probably
cocaine.
So much money.
Yeah, and apparently Maradona is going to be the face of the next PES, so that's something to not look forward to. Maradona, enjoy your cocaine. I hope you burn in hell for your hand of God. Eat shit. Leroy Jenkins is 12 years old now. So
Early
if you don't feel
internet
old,
vids.
yeah, fucking the old Leroy Jenkins. Leroy! Is now 12 years old.
12 years ago yesterday, I think it was.
12 years yesterday. And also, the NES Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles game is now 28 years old. You know, the Impossible one, if you guys are watching the stream, this cartridge. Oh my god, Leroy Jenkins.
Thank you, Hop.
Yeah, thanks
Sorry,
for
it took
that.
me a second to get that.
Thanks for that little sound bite. So yeah, Leroy Jenkins, 12 years old.
Wait, the NES Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is 28 years old.
28 years old.
Oh man,
Can
The
we
wow.
not-
same amount of
I'm
years
old.
as me.
Can we not make the look how old we are a regular segment
Yeah.
on this podcast?
Yeah, fuck. Oh my
it's
god.
just gonna make me feel worse and worse.
I know.
Man, that game was
Impossible.
super hard.
Oh.
Yeah,
The most impossible
so
game
hard.
of all time.
That freaking water level right in the beginning is
Oh.
just like
We have to
just
disarm the
it's just-
bombs?
It's just stupid. It's
I
just
hate it.
stupid how hard it is.
I hate it. I hate
You know,
It's
there
like
was a
no
port-
way.
There was a port of that game to was it the Commodore? No, it wasn't. It was way past the Commodore. It was like a Windows 3.1 port of the game. That there was an area where you had to do this jump from one platform to another platform in the Turtles game.
Yeah.
But on the port, it was impossible. The game, literally, the jump was impossible to complete.
Excellent.
The animations did not work.
Yeah.
Great
Oh
stuff.
my god, that game. I can't with that game. I might play it this week as a retro throwback. on the Defensive Lettuce stream, but like, oh my god.
15 minutes in after your 12th death, you're gonna be like, fuck this noise.
Yeah. Oh my god. Anyway, comments, questions, fucking some weird drama from Randy at the old ship and Gearbox. Apparently Randy Varnell's Reddit account has been deleted. I don't know about this, but Miss Parker has brought this up to me.
Huh.
Randy apparently is.
Remember when you brought Duke Nukem back? You fucks.
That was a trash pile.
Somebody wrote an article on the Steam community saying Randy Varnell is his name. He's responsible for all the poor design decisions of this game. Don't forget his name. And we are talking, of course, about Battleborn. Do not back any game that is being directed by Randy Varnell. He somehow did the impossible. He made the game worse on a big update, not once, but with every update ever released. The game has gotten worse in some form. Remember his name and stay away from any game with it. Remember the El Dragon nerf? Oh my god. Remember going against 5 Benedicts? Remember the uninspired campaign? Remember the prioritization of quantity over quality?
Man, this guy's freaking rant is worse than my Dead Island Riptide rant. This guy is going for it.
He's going for like the guy's personal.
Get him, girl. Get him.
Yeah. Remember the unskippable prologue, unoptimization, how the budget was spent more on marketing and cutscenes and jokes instead of actual quality gameplay.
Put the link up in chat.
It's pretty ruthless. This little snippet.
I'm upset.
That guy is.
Yeah, somebody's mad. But anyway, I assure you guys that Battleborn
he is more salty than you are about Battleborn.
Yeah,
I thought you were bad. This guy's worse than you.
I assure you guys that Battleborn has improved a lot. But I think we need to say bye to Randy.
Bye, Randy.
Bye, Randy.
He's no Randy Marsh. He's not the beloved Randy Marsh.
I am Lord.
Bye, Randy. Let's give him a bye.
Do it.
Bye, Randy.
Bye, Randy. We'll miss you, bud.
Yeah, we'll give him the nice bye. But anyway, one comment, Mirage Leonardo said, I remember my neighbor lived across the street from me, and every day he'd come over and we'd throw down some NBA Jam for Sega Genesis.
Yeah.
Didn't they just release a Switch game that is like an NBA Jam
Basically
style 2v2?
the same as NBA Jam. It's basically NBA Jam.
That's not allowed.
It doesn't.
That's not Nintendo. That doesn't count. You can't take games that were already made and just change the name and go like, oh, we made another game.
They probably totally can though. So
no, they can do whatever they want.
Yeah, but
I loved NBA Jam. I used to play it at my friend Mike's house. We used to play NBA Jam, and we used to
boom shakalaka.
I used to play the Seattle Supersonics with Gary Payton and Sean Kemp.
Oh my god.
You could play like Bill Clinton or a horse, or like there was a bunch of codes to give you like crazy characters.
Couldn't you play as Hillary Clinton too?
Yeah, I think so.
Bill Clinton was like the best.
Yep.
Oh my god.
The Beastie Boys were secret characters.
Beastie Boys, yep.
Aww. Anyway, guys, I think that is it for this week's Let Us Talk podcast. Anything else you guys want to talk about? Chris,
I can plug my other show if you guys want to look on YouTube.
Plug.
I'm on for TorontoGameDevs.com. That's the YouTube channel. I do a Let's Play series with my buddy Steve. It's just called Steve and Chris Play Games. It's a different game when we feel like it. It's just an excuse for us to play games together.
Totally,
it's a good time. Check it out.
Yes.
Games.
And check out Hob for Apples on Twitch and YouTube.
I'm playing PUBG now. Woo!
He's playing PUBG
Oh
now.
man, everyone come by and watch me play PUBG. It's really not entertaining, but you should come by anyway.
And I'm playing Battleborn sometimes. And Prey. I'm playing a lot of Prey, and I'm playing a lot of different games. I might get PUBG. But I mean, fucking everybody's playing it. So I mean, why do you need me to play? I mean, I could, but why do you need me? Anyway. Subscribe to the Let Us Talk podcast on iTunes and SoundCloud. Love you guys lots. We will see you guys next week. We'll see you guys next week. Love you guys lots later, baby cakes.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Let your geek
Don't
flag
say
fly.
it. No. Damn it.
This is clearly a you guys thing. I don't know.
Enough is enough with that. Goodbye, everyone.
I love how much you hate that, Hobbs.